Hello, happy Friday. Good morning. Welcome to our Friday weekly witchy hangout. I love reading all the comments. I actually wanted to read this one here just in case it interests anybody else because it interests me. But T said, "Good morning. Hey Jess, did you see the article in Popular Mechanics? Some scientists believe the universe is conscious. You have to check it out." I want to check it out. That sounds so interesting. That sounds so interesting. It sounds so interesting, and I think the universe is conscious too. Hello, good morning. And thank you, Catherine, for the super chat, just starting everything off. Thank you so much. Yay, fangirl, lol. Okay, so welcome to our hangout. Today we are doing an interesting, hopefully juicy reading on what they wish you knew. Of course, this can be any they in your life. Just what they wish you knew, leaving it kind of open-ended. We've got 3 piles as always, but before we get into this, I do just kind of want to address something here about the last reading that I posted. I don't want to take too much time up because I feel like whenever we're in a reading, I just want to focus on that, but I know that pile number 1 in the last reading was a bit difficult for some of the people who were listening to it. I didn't get too many, messages, but I know whenever a message is difficult like that, it's going to ruffle some feathers, but a lot of people were kind of coming at me. They didn't really like the way that I handled it. I'm just going to say this and then I'm going to have that be done. The reading, in my opinion, does stand on its own. And certain things are difficult. And a lot of that is part of my ethos as a reader. And I do just kind of want to take this moment even just to kind of clarify my perspective as a reader, how I try to approach my job and like the way that I interact with spirit, because I view myself as a messenger. And so one of the comments that I got was that we should all lighten up here. Oh man, we should lighten up here in these messages. I feel, again, like is your life as you experience it always super lighthearted? Is it always super dark and heavy? Or is it kind of all this blend? I feel like tarot should reflect life. It should meet us where we are. And that's not always happy and pleasant. And I think if you want to try to put a bottleneck on something, you're just doing a disservice and you're not connecting with the truth. I think the way that this comes out is I would really question, I don't know if you're a reader yourself, whoever wrote that, but I would question the messages that are coming through or the way that you're kind of screening messages in, because you're already saying before you've even started that there's some messages that you're going to accept and some messages that you are not going to accept. So that's my soul cat, the sun, the masculine energy, and he just offered a gift. So maybe there's certain things that are a gift, potentially that are coming in. The other thing that I did just want to address really quickly is some people were saying that I shouldn't really like go in on certain people, and I feel like I didn't really go in on people at all, but I do know that sometimes the way that I say things needs to be impactful, and I really do need to stick the landing on it. I'm just going to say what I was saying there is that there were some hidden motives at play. That was Spirit's big message in that entire reading, right? And that it was coming from somewhere, and that basically Spirit saying, look, if you don't understand the way that things unfolded in that connection, you really need to think about those hidden motives. And I was suggesting that, look, you shouldn't give yourself a pass on that. And I just want to say, like, that's my approach to spirituality. I feel like as spiritual people, we need to be looking at ourselves first. Do you have any hidden motives? I don't think it's helpful to just like start focusing out, oh, well, this person must have had a hidden motive, that person, maybe they did. Like, it's every possibility. There's multiple hidden motives that are kind of going on there, right? And a hidden motive doesn't necessarily even mean that you're doing some kind of big clandestine thing. I actually went on to give a couple of examples. You could have a hidden motive because you're actually socially drawn to somebody that you work with and you want to have a social relationship, and you didn't address that directly, and it turned into this weird kind of covert contract thing that was never expressed or agreed upon by both parties in the light of day, but you were still kind of holding somebody to being social with you when actually in reality they didn't have that as a part of their understanding of the connection, right? Those kinds of things can be a hidden motive. And I also know that just because somebody is willing to kind of check themselves first, like, hey, well, do I have a hidden motive in this situation? It doesn't always necessarily mean that we're skilled at it yet, because when you kind of know how this brain, this noggin works, then you know there are things like ego defense mechanisms, and you're kind of trying to always protect your identity. So it's important to really like question that. And I don't actually feel bad, and I don't think that's harmful to ask somebody to do that, especially somebody that considers themselves a part of the spiritual community, the spiritual group. The last thing that I feel like was inflammatory in that reading is when I said some people, and I said this in the reading, some people, and I do mean some people that chose that. And if I mean everybody in the reading, if I'm like, no, this is a predominant energy, I will say that. I will let it stand. I'm trying to be courageous as a reader and say exactly what I'm getting in the messages. it was very clear to me that it wasn't everybody. But I said, look, some of you have convinced yourself that your manipulations come from an innocent place, and they don't. And I think that's courageous. And I think we need people to point that out for to other people. I think a lot of us would have had safer and better childhoods if some people were willing to point that out to certain people in our lives. I think the world would be a better place. If you expand out the way that you are, would the world be a better or worse place from how it is that you're interacting with things? I think when we're talking about adults, I think you can ask them to look at their behavior. I think that's okay. And you don't have to like those things. I got some comments that were just honest. Well, I just really don't like that. One person said, I don't like that the reading makes it seem like it's all my fault. I didn't mean to make it seem like it's all your fault. This is another way that I kind of look at the tarot. When we're looking at their messages, THEIR, we're looking into somebody else's perspective. And you've clearly had a disagreement in pile number one. And that's, I don't know how it works in your life, but usually when I have a disagreement with someone and I look into their side of it, it's not, I agree with you 100%. I don't even know why we're having an issue. It's not that, right? So you're hearing their side of it. And that doesn't mean that it's the whole truth, but we're looking into their side of it. And that doesn't, and I feel like that's my responsibility, is to kind of bring, your side of it. You know how you think about it, but this is their perspective, right, wrong, or indifferent. That's their perspective. So all of that, I just feel like there's a lot of context that we need to be putting the tarot into, that if you don't do that, then I feel like people just kind of dump on me, and you don't have to like me as a reader. That's fine. The last thing I'll say, and then I'm going to get into this message, is I am a Gemini. And those are my two sides, right? We've got a fun side. And a lot of times that comes out in the live stream, right? But, I can bring the truth. And I kept, when I was tapping into spirit, they say, don't change it. It's useful. Don't change it. It's useful. We can do the fun thing, but sometimes we need to sit down, and you should expect that from my readings. I've always said that tarot is not a consumable. It's also not a passive process. If you want that, I wouldn't suggest the tarot is that, or spiritual techniques are that. I don't think you should go for entertainment. I'm hearing NF lyrics in my mind. Don't book me for just entertainment. It's entertaining. Hearing this is entertaining. No, there's other things going on here. So you need to kind of be conscious. You need to be aware, and you are in full control. You have the pause button, you have the stop button, you have the subscribe button. You're in full control. And I think I'm supposed to encourage some of you to sit in that full control in your life. You're not a passenger here. I don't even want to use the word victim. It's like you're just not a passenger here in this. And you can make your own decisions, and you don't have to like me as a reader. And there's a whole internet for you to explore and for you to find the people that you resonate and connect with. So with that being said, we'll just put that there. And I'm only bringing this up too because I feel like it gives me a chance to clarify my stance as a reader, and to clarify how it is that I approach the tarot and how I approach messages. And I'm just giving you that to empower yourself to make the decisions that you need to make. Okay. And I'll just say this. I know I keep saying, I'm just going to say this last thing. It is disheartening to me when the spiritual community, it's like the moment we go in on people, right? And it's like, this is what this is what's like really going on with a person. And it's helpful to know that, just the raw, honest facts about like some of the people that you're dealing with, right? It's really disheartening to me that like the moment I kind of switch and suggest like, maybe you might want to look at this for yourself here, that's a different reaction. I think of course it's going to be uncomfortable. I'm not telling you need to like it. I'm not telling you that it needs to be comfortable, but I'm also saying like, it doesn't make me like public enemy number one. Sometimes our minds do have to create an enemy, but I'm really not trying to be your enemy. I know the value that it's had in my life when people have pointed out hard truths to me. So with that being said, I'm just going to leave that there, and I'm not going to entertain any talks of that last reading anymore. I'm just going to put that out there. I know some people had issues with the reading, and I respect your right to make your decisions. And I hope you respect my right to read the way that I feel like the message needs to come across. And sometimes that's emotionally truthful, and sometimes that needs to hit a certain nail on the head. And that's the impulse that I'm going to be loyal to. If you want somebody to give you a certain experience, to feel like they need to give you a certain experience or coddle some kind of, not to make it just never uncomfortable for you, I'm really not your reader, because I don't even want to be. That's not something that I want to even live up to. We just disagree on that. We differ on that. So let us part ways in peace. Go with God. Peace be with you. Okay. So I know I don't need to justify myself, and I even debated whether or not I was going to kind of address this, but again, I feel like this is actually an opportunity for me to clarify certain things about myself as a reader and about my approach, and just to kind of put it out there and say like, you can make your decisions according to that. So personal discernment is good. Yes. Okay. So Christina, yeah, I picked pile 1. It humbled me and put me to be accountable of my hidden motives. Yeah. And again, we all have hidden moments. You could be like the best person in the world, and it's just a matter of getting to know your own brain. And actually, Christina, when you said that, that reminded me of the quote that says, correct a wise man and he will thank you, correct a fool and he will hate you. Okay, good. I'm so glad that we all, and I'm never trying to be just a dick for the sake of being a dick, okay? I understand it's necessary sometimes. It's certainly been necessary in my life. It hasn't been often, but when it's happened, if I can sit with it, good things have come from it. Okay, so moving on. So back to this reading, we're doing a juicy reading on what they wish you knew. So there are 3 piles here, and potentially you can be drawn to more than one pile as usual. Keep in mind, if it doesn't resonate the first pile that you picked, try another pile. Sometimes the way that you get drawn into the piles can tell you just as much about yourself, what's dominant in the situation. If you get drawn into your own energy, maybe that means that your own energy is dominant. Then pick the other pile in order to kind of unpack the rest of it, right? Something here like that. So here's pile number 1, the threshold. Nora said, it's Chipotle Friday. Let's not sour this with those who can't reflect. Oh my gosh. Okay, pile number 2 is the desert. I've had caffeine, so sorry if I'm, I just spit everywhere too. Sorry if my hands are like shaky from the caffeine, because I've also had a lot of caffeine today too. And then pile number 3 is the ocean. I just heard Frank Ocean. Is that from Ocean's 11? Oh boy. Okay, pile number...
That would be the ocean of Ocean's 11, yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna hold them all up together. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile number 3. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. I can't believe I just heard that. Okay. I just want to say this too. Catherine just said, I never met anyone who can speak faster than me. Jess comes along. I've gotten that since I was a child. Okay. Let me just increase the speed a little bit. All right. Pile number 1. Okay. So what does pile number 1's person wish that you knew? Okay. Okay, I feel like this person feels a little bit insecure here, and they're very much staying inside their comfort zone. Okay, I feel like this is a leveling up moment. Like they're sitting right on the threshold of having to level up within themselves. And there's something about their connection with you that is actually calling them to do that. And it feels like really, really intense. It feels like in more ways than one. And they're scared. They don't know if they're ready. Now, I'm getting a lot of different scenarios. Some of you could be asking literally about a child, okay? Like they're scared or, they're scared, and potentially they're scared of opening up and talking to you about something. And there might be some difficult things going on in the home or something like that. But for others of you, I feel like if this is a love relationship, then I feel like this person kind of, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. It's like kind of a bit of that Peter Pan syndrome. I don't think this is full-blown Peter Pan syndrome yet. I think this person is at risk of being in that permanent kind of like syndrome state, because I feel like this is their moment. Like something about like this interaction, this crossroads with you, meeting you, it is their moment. But they need to step up into themselves. They need to step up out of that kind of like carefree, boyish, or girlish, kind of an attitude where they're very maybe non-committal or something like that. But that is their comfort zone. And it's coming through like this boyish or girlish behavior where there's maybe no responsibilities or something like that. But it feels like they're sitting at the precipice of some kind of next stage. Now, for some of you, this isn't even a romantic situation, and maybe you're not asking about a child, but the level of interaction and like communication between the two of you, whether this is like teacher-student relationship or friends, this person needs to kind of own up to stuff. Their baggage, the things that they've been trying to keep hidden. And this feels to do with social skills, the way that they communicate themselves. And again, this comes back to accountability and blame. We've been getting this a lot, and I feel like that's the big thing. Adults can take accountability for themselves. And again, this could be a child that's like maybe leveling up to being like a preteen or something. Like, you should kind of be able to like synthesize your behavior and be able to take accountability for what you did wrong. And I feel like there's a person here who knows they did wrong here in something, or they know that this person has been very loudly messaged. I just heard flash in the pan. There's something where they've been very strongly reflected that the way they need to grow up in some way, they need to mature, they need to get better. And this person is also like really scared because they think that you could potentially be angry. That's what it is. They think that you're going to be angry. Okay. And you might be, but again, I feel like they're not opening up, and that's what's kind of like making things bad. It's they're not the person who needs to be initiating and needs to be taking accountability for something that they were trying to keep hidden, because this very much looks like somebody who's trying to sweep something under the rug, like somebody who's just trying to keep their weakness hidden. It's like an animal that's like trying to keep their weakness hidden. And I just think that you're no nonsense. I just think that you're not tolerating it. I think you can see right through this. I think this is very transparent. Not necessarily that this person is feeling insecure, because this person might be trying to play games. They might be trying to play mind games. I'm just hearing the word control. They're trying to maintain some semblance of control, but the way that they're doing that is games. Children play games. It's some kind of like strategy. And I just think that you need this person to be upfront, but it's upfront about their own accountability. And in order to, they know they need to do this too. So that's the other thing is like, this goes back to like the psychology part, but it's like, you shouldn't accept this from this person that they just can't do it, or they didn't know that they were supposed to do it. Absolutely they do. So there's a lot of tension here. There's a lot of friction. And I'm hearing the song Wish You Knew by Taylor Swift. It's like, I wish we could go back. I wish I never hung up the phone like I did. I wish you knew that I'll never forget you as long as I live. And I wish you were right here, right now. It's all good. I wish you would. Yeah. So, I wish we could go back and remember what we were fighting for. I wish you knew that. I miss you too much to be mad anymore. This person is regretful. This person misses you and they want to bridge the gap. They want to make some kind of amends. They want to start the conversation, but this is like a courage thing, because this person knows that they're in the wrong. This person knows that they're like lacking or weak, but I think they even blow that out in their mind because, and this is one thing that I always try to say on the channel. It's like, we all have our certain weaknesses. That's completely normal. And every person you ever meet that is alive has some kind of insecurity, something that they're dealing with. We all do. And we don't necessarily see it in other people, you know? And I feel like this person might be just trying to put on a brave face. And I think that the funny thing is, if this person can find the way to communicate, but this isn't just starting the communication and trying to cosplay, you know, what a healthy adult mature conversation looks like. Again, this person needs to take accountability. I just don't think they're going to get anywhere unless they take that accountability. So they think that you're going to be mad. And the thing is, if they come with their same old bullshit and if they come with their games, I think you will be mad, because I think you're going to just be so disappointed in them. Just like, I don't know why you even bother. You know, I don't even, why are you're just wasting my time? You know, I don't want to have this conversation. We're not getting anywhere. You know that the conversation we need to have to actually connect, because this is the person that's like, well, I want to connect, but then they're not going to do the one thing that actually, intimacy. The word is intimacy. And I'm hearing that into me, I see. So this person needs to start seeing into themselves. And when they do, it's like all they see is their weaknesses. And I'm also hearing, I heard Jennifer Garner one time. She said, if you want to have self-esteem, you need to do esteemable things. And so I think this person lacks self-esteem, and yet they refuse to do the one thing that would give them self-esteem, is like doing esteemable things. And part of that is, again, the valor and the courage of just taking accountability for where they came up short, because this person came up short here in the past. And they confuse themselves, and they shouldn't be. It's just because they can't own up to certain things here. Now, oh my God. I just heard, scared of you they are, afraid of you he is. Like in the Yoda voice, but it also like came through with a really strong lisp. So I think maybe this person is like a nerd, and that's something that they wish you knew. Some of you are like, I know. But others of you, it's like, you don't know. That maybe I'm seeing this person as like a Star Wars nerd, you know, like running around with like their little lightsaber, you know, or like playing Guitar Hero. And they don't want to be that anymore. So like, I kind of feel like for some of these people, they could have had a hard time of it as a kid. Oh my gosh. Now they're showing me, okay, the lisp thing, because they're just showing me a giant retainer. Huge. And what's going on in my mind, this person may have some form of body dysmorphia. And I know that like we think of women like that tend to have body dysmorphia, but I think this is a man with it in some way, or just take this however it resonates. This could be mirrored on both sides. And we get this a lot on my channel. I'm getting actually a lot of mirroring here. This kind of like ugly duckling syndrome thing of like, okay, I look okay now, but like, boy, was it hard to get here. You know, or something like that. And again, it feels mirrored to some degree on both sides, but they're showing me different parts of their body and they're blowing it like way out of proportion. Like it is almost like looking in a funhouse mirror, but what I'm seeing is a huge giant retainer. And it's just a lisp. So I don't know if this person used to talk with a lisp, and it just really like made them feel like they were not. Yeah. And I just saw Max from a Goofy movie, and he's like, yuck. Like, you know, just yeah, I think this person felt like really goofy. They just felt goofy. And also maybe their dad is a bit goofy, or something, and they're like, oh my God, I'm gonna be like that, like I'm doomed forever or something like that. But yeah, they're showing me that. And then also when I'm looking at these feet, I'm seeing like those giant hobbit feet from like Lord of the Rings, like all hairy legs and like just huge feet, you know. And maybe this person is like, they see themselves as a bit of a hobbit, like they're very simple, they just like the good things in life, they're very sweet. But again, this person doesn't feel like that's cool. They don't feel like they can just be that, you know. And now I'm going back to the Maximilian from Goofy Movie, and I'm seeing that part. It's like, after today I'm gonna do it. But there's the part in the song where it's like, I'll either be famous, and then Principal Mazer's like, or you'll be suspended. And this is the person, okay? And I've picked up on this energy before where they have that grandfather energy that is really like heckles them in their mind, okay? Like, I don't know what the deal is with this grandpa. Like, they're not a bad energy, okay? They just really are like, oh my God. Like, I just feel like this grandpa is just like, oh my God, what are you doing? Oh, you know that part in Spirited where Will Ferrell's character, the Ghost of Christmas Present, he like freezes it, slaps Ryan Reynolds across the face, and then unfreezes it, and Ryan Reynolds is like, oh, my face, it hurts. And he's like, yeah, I don't know why. You know, that's this grandpa. I feel like he just wants to materialize, just whack, and then just like, ooh, like, what are you doing? And I just heard the word philanderer. So this grandfather is just like, can we just put this one in a bumper car and just send him through life? He's going to need it. Like, I think, again, they're trying to be cool is what I'm getting, but then they're just making things worse, and they just don't understand that the sexiness is in the confidence. Like, just having the courage to be who you are. If you like Star Wars, wear a freaking lightsaber on your hip, okay? And I'm hearing like you're a nerd too, or I think it's something you would actually really like. So like going back to the I'll either be famous or you'll be suspended. I feel like that's with you. It's like, I think this person took a risk, but this risk was from this childish behavior, this game playing, this strategy. They felt like they needed a strategy in order to mask the fact that they aren't cool and that they feel like they talk with a lisp, or that part of them is still alive and well, like that inner child. They feel like they're going to be made fun of, or I think this person knows that like they no longer are like that, but it's still like very fresh. Like it's still very alive and well, and somehow that wound is like activated or something. And again, I'm seeing a mirroring energy here because I kind of feel like there's bitterness on both sides of this connection because there's been miscommunication. The reason there's been miscommunication is because somebody could not speak directly, and even if they did try to speak directly, it was after they did a whole bunch of bullshit, a whole bunch of games and a whole bunch of strategy, and then they tried to come at it sideways and not address what it was that they did. And I'm literally hearing like a man, like an adult. That was not like being communicated, and all of that really stems from some kind of like fear, some kind of insecurity that this person needs to jump out of. And that's this person is on this this threshold of like a phoenix moment. So they taste the death experience that's like coming towards them of like, oh my God, like this is going to be a death, right? And that's that energy again. I'll either be famous or you'll be suspended, right? It's like, but they need to jump into the fire because yes, whatever this is here in the past, that's their comfort zone. It's time for that to end. And they're actually going to be the phoenix. It's actually going to be so much better. It's going to be so much stronger. It's going to be well worth it, is what I'm hearing. Like whatever they're stepping into, that is their success. It's going to be well worth it, but they don't know that. And we all, like, regardless of whether this is with dating or whatever, we all know what that experience feels like in certain arenas that we feel like trepidatious about. And it's kind of like you sense it, but you're still scared because the ego thinks it's you, and it's an ego death. The ego, everything that this person's ego has oriented itself around will die. Like as soon as, but it will be purified and it will be reborn. And some of it will die in the argument. Okay. But I'm kind of getting like, you will be mad, and you might have like cause you just make me so mad. I feel like some of you, this person makes you really mad, because it's not them. It's this, some of them have like older brothers I'm hearing, or like some kind of really bad advice. They got really bad advice that they sought out in the first place because they couldn't just say, I like you. I like you. And it feels like a pretty hefty sentence for just not being able to say some words like that. This feels like a big, I'll either be famous or you'll be suspended. It just feels like it's going one way or the other, right? And so they don't get to dawdle, right? You don't get to choose. When the time comes, you don't get to choose. And I feel like this person confuses themselves. I try to explain this a lot in the readings. Yes, technically you have a choice. Technically you do. But your life, the momentum is clearly moving in one direction. You don't get to just choose when to take this moment because it involves other sentient beings. At the very least, it involves you. And you don't have control over other sentient human beings. They're going to move on. If you're not catching this wave, The wave is going to move on out, right? Because this is another sentient being. You don't get a second chance at a good thing is what I'm hearing. So you need to be ready, and you need to jump when we say jump, because that's the trajectory that's going to get you on the, you'll either be famous or you'll be suspended, right? That kind of an energy. It's the time is now or never. So technically you can stay small. Absolutely. Things are going to go bad for you. Technically that is an option, but it's not really, and again, that's that childlike thinking. Instead of, I'm hearing like stepping up into that adult thinking, like this is just kind of what needs to be done. But I feel like this person took a risk, and it could have been under some like bad guidance or bad advice. This person could have even looked something up on the internet. There's a bunch of that manosphere stuff, like Lord help this person. So they just thought that they were supposed to control you or something, and they maybe, I don't know, it was stupid. Whatever this was, it was absolutely stupid. And they need to take accountability. They need to take ownership of the fact that they did this. You might be mad at first because they did something stupid, and some of you, they tried to make you mad in order just to prove that you liked them or something. Again, it's childish. But I think that after that, it clears up pretty quickly, and it's bright, and it's happy, and it's clarifying, and it's confident. And this person will have more confidence but they need to have a direct conversation. They need to get the truth. They need to get the clarity because another thing this person does is like they just stew in their mind, and then they create all these like catastrophizing scenarios, and that's what also confuses them. This person needs to step out of their shell into the light of day. But this is a courage issue. This is like a fear issue, and it's like a solar plexus issue, and it's like a heart issue. This person may have issues with the blood is what I'm hearing as well, but they need to step out of their comfort zone, and they will be so glad that they did. But this person really regrets losing you. I feel like you're not in contact now. And yeah, that's this person has a lot of regrets, but I just don't know if this person's still in this childish energy. Like if they weren't able to step up, then I feel like this is a person who could just like blame you, when in reality, it's like they should have just like approached you. I don't know. And you feel like, honestly, the bigger, more confident energy, that's how this person's seeing you. I just think that this is self-respect, to be honest. Okay, so let me just see what else is potentially going on here. Screaming my head off. Oh, you'll be suspended. Yeah. Okay, so like also going back to that, Roxanne, okay, she's like the love interest in the Goofy movie. And after he does that, after Max does that and he's sitting in the principal's office and Roxanne walks in and she sees him and he's like all like curled over or whatever. And you can tell she likes him. She's like, and then her little friend is like, go talk to him, And so she does the right thing. Even though she's nervous, even though she's scared, she does the correct thing, She's like, I really liked your dance or whatever she says, I liked your performance. And then he feels like he's got to be like this big man, And then he thinks that it's the performance of like being the cool guy, being like Powerline. That's like, she likes him. I feel like that's the other side of it. That's what you would want. You wish this person knew that you just like them. You just like them and their nerdy self, and the fact that they like Star Wars, and the fact that they want to, Jedi sword fight you when you guys get home from work or something. It's like, that makes you laugh. Like you think it's cute. It makes you like kind of blush. Like you like them. I feel like that's also going to like boost this person's confidence. The fact that this is also why this is a healthy connection and why it's so purifying and like it's a Phoenix thing, is you don't want them to pretend to be some kind of like Powerline figure. Powerline's like the pop star, they've modeled after Michael Jackson dancing all around on the stage. They don't have to be suave. They don't have to be whatever the manosphere says. They just need to be themselves, and just that's attractive to you. You like this person. You like their personality, And then whenever, like I'm hearing I lied. That was Max's big thing. I lied. And I feel like this person, I just heard I lied about you, or to myself about you potentially here. Whereas like maybe this person needed to make you the enemy. Maybe they need to make you the bad guy so that they didn't have to confront themselves, right? This is a crisis of self. This is also like kind of how I view divine connections. This is one where it's like this person betraying you was them betraying themselves. That's how, to me, it's like you can tell that you're spiritually linked. It's like, because when you betrayed this person and the genuine, honest feelings that you had to them, you also ended up betraying yourself and putting yourself in a worse position. But yeah, I think that you actually liked this person. There's something here that they just needed to be honest about, and everything would have been fine. I mean, you would have had an argument. This person also needs to learn how to have an argument. Like, this person might also think that it's healthy. Yeah, I'm just hearing control tactics. They might even try to... I'm hearing other options. Like this person could have tried to make it seem like they had other options, or that they were entertaining other options, and they may well have had other options, but it's the same stuff that I was just saying before. Technically, there are other options, but they're not you. There's one option. There's one correct option. There's one healthy option, right? I think they could be like, attracted to somebody else, but it's like of this dark energy. It's like of the devil energy. It's like a negative attachment. That's like a possibility here. Because it's, yeah. There could be somebody here like that. Or if it's not that, then it's this negative home environment. There could have really been some like physical stuff going on in the home environment. And for some of you, if you're asking about a child and why won't a child own up to certain things, sometimes when parents are overly disciplinarian and they're tyrannical and there's physical abuse, overt, like outright, or that's masquerading as a type of parenting, getting physical with a child, what it does is it can create a liar, because that's like literally how to train up a liar, because they just learn that adults are not reasonable and that you can talk with adults, but that nothing ever like really comes of it. And so they're nobody's actually protecting them. So they learn that they have to like protect themselves. And so they lie in order, like, and this could have been going on with this person again, or if this is a child, like consider that that's potentially what's going on, is like this, they're scared and so they think so highly of you though. This person kind of, and I'm hearing that part from What I Wish You Knew, Taylor Swift. You're thinking that I hate you now because you still don't know what I never said. I wish we could go back. Wish I never hung up the phone like I did. So it could have been that you were on the phone, or it could have been that you were texting and this person just ended the conversation or something, or they ghosted you, or they left you on red. But it also could have been that this person just like somehow deaded the connection. They just ended the relationship. They just walked away instead of having the conversation, instead of owning up, instead of taking accountability. There was a moment in time, I'm hearing, and you'll know what this was, when maybe this person, they had two paths that they could have chosen: running game, staying small, trying to act like they were the big man or that they didn't do anything wrong, when you both know that there was something here that needed to be cleared up and taken responsibility for, taken accountability for. This is also a person who, because of their own insecurity, they could have seen something and then they blew it way out of proportion in their mind. They could have seen you even just talking to somebody and they were like, oh, they're having a relationship, I don't know, but this person sees you so highly and then they think of themselves so low, but you like them and they can't even get around the fact that you like them. You might feel that same way about them, because I kind of feel like this is a connection between people who have really had awkward growing phases, growing pains is what I'm hearing. Like I'm hearing that. And it kept you humble, but like the obstacle that you kind of both have to overcome is like the self-esteem stuff. So I think it's like you find them really attractive for who they are, for their personality. You, like I said, you want to go to the Star Wars convention, you want to dress up like Princess Leia, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, and sword fight them. I don't know. It's you like that. You like this person genuinely, and they're kind of ruining it by trying to fit in this one size fits all mold. But I think you both could be like just really attracted to each other. But again, there will be a moment in time where this person needed to come clean. They need to take accountability for their bad behavior and the fact that they were trying to run some kind of game on you or some kind of strategy in order to control the situation, because that's what they thought they were supposed to do. Because that's the image of like the cool kids. It has to... There needed to be some kind of conversation here for sure. Like a loving, open, equal, like they needed to say that they liked you is what I'm hearing. But again, they were shy. And I think what they did is they made you scared of them. Whatever game that they ran, they made you scared of them. And I'm just hearing this person has no right to not understand their own contribution to your behavior. Because this person did something and it backfired. I'll either be famous or you'll be suspended. It didn't go to plan. The strategy part of this didn't go to plan. And I think this person was conflating in their mind which parts of them you liked and which parts of them you didn't like. They were getting that all confused. Because they did the power line, right? He did the power line thing. And then he's like, yeah, it worked. And that's why she likes me. She clearly liked him before that. And he and when he said that he couldn't go to the party with her, she thought that it was because he was rejecting her. Right? And he knew that she had other options and he didn't want her to go. Remember that big bulky guy that was sitting in, some of you are not like huge Goofy fans like I am, or like the Goofy movie. I love that movie. And you're probably like, what is she talking about? But trust me, watch the Goofy movie. You will not regret it. But there was that like big hunky guy. And now I'm hearing the Caroline, because it's still very much that high school auditorium. There could have been like a flashback to some thing that went on like in junior high or in middle school that was like that, where this person lost out the person that they liked to some kind of like jock character or something, and they were like, never again, instead of, well, one day I'm gonna find somebody that likes me because I think you like them. I actually think you're attracted to this person's physical traits. I think you're attracted to their personality. I think you're attracted to their interests, all of it. But this person needs to take responsibility that something they did here that they probably thought that you liked about them and you didn't, made you feel insecure, made you all of a sudden go in your shell and feel defensive and feel like you couldn't open up and talk, which I think is what you liked about this person, that it was simple and that you had this easy rapport, and this person ruined that. And that was the magic. That was the spark. And then they didn't repair it. They didn't take ownership. So now I feel like this person watches you and then they feel a type of way. This person needs to grow up. Okay. This is a person that I feel like they are doing it. This person could have also had an alcohol problem, or they made their behavior. Okay. There could have been another person involved here. I'm telling you. And this is a person from their past, and this person's manipulative, and they make this person seem better than they actually are. Because they appeal to their dark side, and this person very much harkens back to their early home environment that made them feel small, and that made them feel not worthy, and that made them feel controlled, or just like not good enough. There's somebody here in their past, and this person is like withholding some kind of, they play games with each other, these two, and that's what this person registers as love. And also, so if this person was in this some kind of, I don't even think it was a relationship, this to me feels like a makeup breakup kind of situation. I actually think this person has somebody else that they like to be with. They just like to play with this person. Because it makes them feel attractive. There's no actual connection. There's no attractiveness, but they lie to each other. Both of these people, it's like they say whatever they want to get the other person on the hook. We've seen this dynamic so many times before. It might even be a hidden situation, but you may have had some kind of intuition on this. It's also very cyclical, and there's just elements of control here. And it might have to do with emotions, sexuality, and money, and all of those things could really be involved here. This person needs to wise up. I also am hearing this person has religious advice. This is bad karmically, because this person has received some type of elevated advice as to how to overcome this cycle, but they for some reason are still like attached to this. But it's this, I'm hearing like chewing gum. Okay, it's like but I feel like the gum has lost its flavor. Like there's gum in my mouth. It's like a big, what do they call it? The bazooka gum, or like whatever. Bubble yum. Remember bubble yum? And it was like so big, but then like it would lose its flavor really fast, and then you're just left with this hunkin' wad in your mouth. So I think this is love bombing. This person's not great that they're attached to. And this is a part of your person as well. So they may have, again, they took, I don't know that your person is this negative way, or I think they were with a negative person and in some kind of dynamic that really fed their insecurity. And that they were meant to see this person for who they are, but instead they idolized this person, because it was almost like they were with a popular kid, and that's what they based their identity on. Again, their identity. This is a codependent person. They have codependency, and I just don't think that you were interested in that. So this person, there's a drinking because of what they were, this person just, they have, it's weak inside of this person. I don't think you can necessarily see it, but they have no spine. I'm really not trying to be rude. Okay. They don't have courage. They don't have the ability to just stand up for themselves and say, nobody's going to treat me like that. And I think that they watched you do that with them. So they were meant to get that up close and personal perspective of what it looks like when someone just has a decent amount of self-respect. Whatever this, I don't think that's what this person called it. This person could have called you names. This person, because they didn't understand what they were looking at. And this person has to run from themselves. So they put a bunch of blame on you. I don't know if they were saying this to other people, but that's how that's why there's bitterness on their side. Because I'm really getting this person has no right for there to be bitterness on their side. They needed to grow up and they couldn't do it. And, this person wants to blame some of it on you, but really, truly, I feel like this person needed to clear something up and didn't. The reason they didn't is because they have no social skills. The reason they have no social skills is because they've been with somebody who's terrible and has no social skills as well. And all they do is play games with each other, and that passes for love between these two. Again, it's this is a karmic in the worst way. This is a very solidified pattern in this person. They're hidden enemies to each other, and this person likes that they have this person on the hook, and that they don't stand up for themselves, and that they keep this person potentially. They like that. They like to keep this person confused. And they like to keep this person independent. So I also think that when this person started moving towards you, I think this person saw it. I think that where they were closed off, they hoovered. This is a narcissist that they're dealing with, plain and simple. So they hoovered them back in. They wanted to draw them back in because they like this person to be independent and struggling with alcohol. I'm literally getting that. That's how they like this person, weak. They like this person weak, and you want this person strong. So it doesn't get clearer than that. And this person is confusing themselves because they want to indulge this bad side. That's what I'm saying. They are the nest, is what I'm hearing. They are the comfort zone. And this, you know how people say that you're not afraid of your weakness. At the end of the day, you're not afraid of your weakness. Your greatest fear is that you are powerful beyond measure. Because that means, what does that mean? If you are actually powerful and you're in control of your destiny, it means that you can actually take a step that's going to change things for you. If you could only figure out what that is and have the courage to execute it. And this person is confusing themselves. They're their own worst enemy. It's plain as day to see. Also because this person has some kind of religious training that is in alignment with this person's values. I think this person's they're in a fantasy land about who this is in the past because they're like, oh, we're going to have something substantial. Well, this person is always going to cheat and they're always going to play games with this person, even if they can. You know how they say some people win when they lose and some people lose when they win? Even if they can quote unquote win this person, it is a huge loss. That's the worst thing that could happen to this person. Tolerating this energy for even a moment, no, healthy people wouldn't do this. I don't care what this person looks like or how much money they have. A healthy, you, for instance, with a spine and a backbone and a healthy sense of self-respect, you're not codependent. You would never be in this, not a moment in your life. You know, even if you, as soon as this, you just expect a certain treatment and this person just doesn't. I don't think you see that about this person. I think that you see this person as being strong, as maybe being very confident. They're not. This person really, really isn't. And that's what ruined everything here. And I think you're right to move on from this. I really think this person could have kept somebody a secret in the background. Even if you knew about somebody, there's somebody else here in the background. This person will always be around. As long as this person doesn't clean up their inner space and this person thinks that this person is at all acceptable, I'm hearing, in social society or a prize in any way, this person is potentially going to be on their heart or on their mind, like while they're with you, even though they have everything with you. They're not going to be able to honor the connection, and potentially this person can just pull this person's strings. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you're in a full family with this person, if you have their children, this person cannot stand up to this energy, and it starts from within. They need to be able, it's almost like they need to stand up to a parent, you know, like in their mind and say like, no, I will not be going that way. No, I don't think that. Stop pushing me around. Some of them, there's literal ABUSE in the home. And in there, I'm hearing that NF song. It's called Mansion. It's visceral. You used to put me in the corner so you could see the fear in my eyes. This person needs to just, in their mind, just be like, no, you're done controlling me. That's what's connecting them to this person. So this person has their own karmic knot and they haven't untied it. And so it's affected their relationship with you. And it's a huge loss because you are love. You are their confidence. Like connecting with that part of themselves that can even maintain a connection with you. That's the way forward. I'm hearing that's the journey home. That's how they overcome this karmic. This karmic may well still be in their lives or on their mind because this person's delusional, and I just don't think that you see it. I know that's tough, but it's also the truth. And you're going to get yourself in a world of hurt if you involve with this person. They are unhealed in many departments in the worst way, and it is all their responsibility. This person may need to go to rehab. This person needs to get themselves into therapy. This person needs to get themselves the hell, and I mean the hell, away from whoever this is. They need to move states. They need to change, like this. You go no contact with a narcissist. There's a reason for that, because this person has a way of warping this person's mind, and they just let it happen. This person puts up no fight, and I'm mad. I'm feeling very protective over your energy, actually. And I actually think that's this grandfather figure. And I've picked up on that before, where the grandfather figure is actually more aligned with you and your energy. And they're like, I'm hearing the word philanderer. It's made you a philanderer. It's made you a flake. It's made you somebody who can't live up to his values. I just thought, it's kind of, I don't know if there's like Greek or like Mediterranean. I don't know. It's like, I'm also getting evil, like toy. Oh, so there's jealousy and envy because this person also likes the competition. They just like toying with this person. They like that they can. It makes them feel attractive and it makes them feel powerful. That this person they won't even be in whoever they're attached to, I think they know you. They can see you. This person knows that you're the healthy relationship for this person and that they can have it all with you. And this person likes that they can't even have that with you because they're so stuck on them. It's really gross. Both of these people are targeted on you in an evil eye sort of a way. There's like jealousy and envy, and you're really not safe here. Like, I just want to say this because I'm feeling very protective over your energy. You are really not safe here. I need you to understand that. No matter how much you like this person, no matter what connection you feel, you are not safe here for any length of time. Please hear me say that. You are not safe here, and you need to see very clearly. I think a lot of you have. I think you've done what this person can't do. And I think they resent you for it. Because this person wouldn't know strength. I've said this before. This person wouldn't know value if it sat on their face. And some of you did. They also wouldn't know poison if it did either. Because it has for some of you. This person is in a world and a hurt of their own making. And you need to get away from it. If this person's not going to get away from this energy, you have to get away from them. Okay. And this is the bed that they made. It's the web that they've woven. I'm hearing bed of lies. Do you ever think of me when you lie? Lie down in your bed of lies. I think that's how this person feels about this person, but then they've been the same way. And then they fixate on this person. It wouldn't surprise me if they think this person's like their twin flame or something. But again, it's a karmic. And, yeah, do you ever think of me when you lie? Does she know? I think this could be an affair over here. And this person doesn't want to be with your person. They want to be with whoever they're with. They just like pulling people's strings. They get off on it. They like to be in control. So they're with people that they can control. I think it's a lot sexual between these two. And they connect with the wounded part of your person. So this is a nightmare. This is really worst case scenario for you. I can't say this enough. And I think once you get out of this, because I think you connect with the little boy energy in this person, where it feels like a bit of a play date. Because I'm picturing, I was saying like, well, let me not. But yeah, like I think that the next, you need to connect with somebody. You don't even know yet how good this can get between you and another person. Because I think you connect with like the inner child, like with this person. Wait till you meet somebody. I'm saying this as a person who kind of lived this and like kind of woke up to this herself. Wait till you meet somebody where the part of them that you connect with is their man energy. It's totally different, and it feels totally different. And you're immediately going to feel that sense of protection and that sense of boundary around you. And that's what you should hold out for. And it's like it's such a qualitative difference. A little boy can't fulfill you in any way. Sorry. But they can't. And this person can be 40 years old behaving this way. So let's get some messages. Again, not that you care. Musician, snake charmer. There could be a musical thing here. Friends and music. This person may want to see music with friends, or you could have gone to a concert or something. Oh, this snake. They want to talk to me about how they got involved with this person. Look, I have a reading coming out on this that I think is going to explain a lot. I don't want to get into it because I've gone into it in the reading that's going to come out and explain it. Where I basically say this person is the love potion, but it's like because they meet in the dark at clubs at night in secret with alcohol, and it's like that dopamine rush. All of that creates kind of like a love potion, and it's not real. And so this person's saying, look, like I met this person, or I met back up with this person, so I couldn't see the truth about them. I think this person's starting to wake up, but I think they had to lose you. Or proposal. Ex-lover. Yeah. I don't know. This didn't go well. Like, even if they ended up together, I'm telling you, this didn't go well because this person that they're with is a snake. And also your person can be a snake. That's the part of them that connects with them. Look, mistakes can make you grow. That doesn't mean you're friends. I think that's how you feel about this person. Look, we live and we learn. Thanks for the lesson. I'm going to be taking that's the diamond you could give me, was a lesson that we don't fuck with everybody. So get on out. Have fun with Little Red Riding Hood over here. Granny, how big your teeth are. You know, this person could be older. Look, respectfully, I don't feel the same way. I think you're holding boundaries here. Look, I'm getting that you used to really feel something for this person, but just hearing like, I can't ignore the disrespect, and you standing in your power, that is love coming from you. That's I'm hearing that is the best and strongest thing that anyone has ever done for this person, is just show them the way. It's not worth it. I just feel like you're telling yourself it's not worth it. Look, why haven't I heard from you? Would it be okay if I reached out? This person might be wondering why their game didn't work on you, and it's because you are a completely different caliber than human beings that they're used to being around. If this person that they've been with in the past is the best they've ever had, you're in a league all your own. And they just don't know how to connect with somebody on your level. They really don't, and they need to learn. They need to level up and play in your league. It's clear to me. It's very clear to me. There's one of you that is mature and handling yourself in a mature way. There's one of you who's not. And I think it's this person. Look, dead end. I think you know this person's a dead end. Because they're delusional. This person is Delulu. And you didn't want to be in your head about this person. You were willing to look at the truth about this person. And I'm hearing you didn't even get the full truth. I think your intuition kicked in here. Obviously, you're into tarot. But it wasn't adding up here. Something wasn't adding up. And you don't get involved with people who don't add up. That's just what I heard. You just don't get involved with people who don't add up. Because you just don't have the time for it. You're not wanting to get stuck in somebody else's head game. And you're right to do that. Because I feel like this relationship, even if you did get involved, like it starts off on an emotional high, but because this person can't sustain that. We have another beautiful phrase where I'm from. We have the worst phrases. Like I hear it and I'm like, I never really thought about what these things mean, but it's like, don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash. That's what this person is. They're full of hot air. And you would just find out that this person is way weaker and way more insidious. This person has behaved like a snake themselves in order to keep this other person around. They've been sneaking around. They've been keeping things from you. And you're going to see that, and you're going to make the move that they always should make. They should have made glamour spell. I just saw glamour spell. So again, this person that's my card of like somebody is putting on a front that, again, don't let your mouth cash a check that your ass can't cash. Neither of these people has the substance to like back up what they are pretending to be. They deserve each other. You should let them have each other. This isn't a divine connection. This is a shithole. Because also like this person, look, this is like hellfire. So remember, you'll either be famous or you'll be suspended. It's this, they're going to phoenix themselves and they're going to get reborn. And that's them being better. And that's the path with you. Or this person, it's hellfire and damnation. And I'm just getting agitated, right? Who would want this? It's miserable. This person is going to think that they're going to get everything that they ever want with this person, but it's really just the devil's cup. I just thought A++. I feel like you're learning. Spirit is like applauding you and saying you're learning everything that you need to learn. Hold steady. Hold steady to your rhythm and routine. Stand your ground. Don't cave in. That's what Spirit's saying. Stand your ground. This person is coming like... I don't think they have it in them, to be honest. Like, I don't want you holding out for this person. Like I said, I'm shocked. I think that's something that you would feel is shocked at the level of weakness. This person's concave. It's like if you just kind of push them, they're just gonna fold. And again, I think this person, they're giving manliness, but it's a performance. And I think when you push and you see the fifth chakra, this person doesn't like the way that they don't want you to know that. This person operates the very same way this other person is. The glamour spell. This person's trying to glamour spell you. And they want to pull you into something where they can have their cake and eat it too. You let it go. Let it go. Turn of fate, divine intervention. And they saw it. Finances. So you could have seen something here. And that was divine intervention. That was fate. You could have seen something that outed this person for the snake that they are. Because this person wants to say, well, I got involved with a snake and whoops the daisy. Well, you're a snake too. And you need to own that. Yikes, right? Turn of fate, divine intervention. So I feel like Spirit has already or will turn your boat away from this person if you play ball. If you signal to Spirit you need this karmic in your life, you need to learn this karmic lesson the hard way, I think you will. I think it's going to be massively explosive and it's emotional, but I think it'll be very quick. I think actually the way you feel about this person is going to burn up really quick because I think you're going to learn certain things about this person, like, or it's hollow. There's something about this, like they come on strong and then it follows up with like a hollowness. And it's because of the state that they're in internally. Okay. It allows them to be a puppet on a string here for this person. They're in the clutches of like that devil energy, like being controlled by something. It might have to do with finances. Also, this person, financial dead end. They might be at a financial dead end here as well. So I think this divine turn of fate, for you, it's you letting go. It's you being on a better path. This person is, maybe they're going to think that like joining with this person gives them finances, or they're going to think that they're on a path of finances. Once they lose you and the ability to kind of go on that path and heal and learn their lessons that way, I think their finances are going to take some kind of unexpected turn or dip, or just flat out it's a dead end. Thank you so much for the super chat, Heather. You know who you are. Don't take the bait. This person, you are a cycle breaker. Yes, you are breaking this karmic cycle here. This person is a stepping stool for you now. This person has made themselves a karmic to you now. It wasn't always that way. It didn't have to be that way. There was an opportunity for the two of you to take a path together, to hold hands and say, we are going to be better together. We're both going to be learning our lessons in order to bring ourselves to this connection. And we're not going to try to hold on to childhood when Spirit and all of life is kind of funneling us towards stepping up together. That was an option here. But this person is not a cycle breaker. They're very much in a negative cycle. You are the cycle breaker here. And you pulled a reverse Uno on this person. So this person might have thought that they were in control. Maybe this person was hoping to have the kind of control over you that they feel controlled by this other person, and you just pulled a reverse Uno. And I think now this person is obsessed with you in the way that they were obsessed with this other person in the past, because you just rose above it. You're better than it in every way. Look, and they admire you. This person knows. I'm telling you, this person can be as mad at you as they want. They can say whatever. You know, people just are full of vitriol whenever you want to call them out on anything. But they know. On some level, they know what they did. They know that they tried to have you in something they shouldn't have had you in. It's not what love does. Yeah, and I'm hearing, that's what love's about, what love's about, what love's about. Like, I think you actually, I've been trying not to get to you. Who is this? But I get my cool and make sure that I don't break the rules while I try to solve a mystery. 'Cause it seems that everybody knows, but it seems not everybody shows that love is the only way to go. What is that song? I really want to know what it is. Anyways, you have broken free and you just keep running. You just keep running. This person can't catch you. They have way too much to do, catch up work. This person has lost you. Like when you leave this person's life, they really have lost you. Okay, let's just get messages here and then I'm going to move on because I feel like you're also moving on. My pupils are probably the size of saucers right now. Breathe. This person was very shocked by something that you did. This person was not giving you enough credit. This person was giving this gross person way too much credit in their past. And then they realized that you were the love immortal and that you were the strong person. Because this person feels controlled by this other person. And they used to. And they might still, a bit of them. Because this person, they're diseased in their brain. And I think it's alcoholism. I'm literally hearing it's like the disease of alcoholism. And it like, I don't know, there's some kind of issue going on with this person in the blood. And I think they've built this up through being involved with this person and the kind of partying and lifestyle. And just by keeping themselves confused, this person's not made conscious decisions and it's affected their blood. I'm hearing weakness, like anemic. Alcohol can leach nutrients from this person is physically weakened. Actually, tangibly, physically. They were weak on the inside before, but it's physical now. But now they're completely shocked that you actually were the strongest one in the entire moment, in the entire situation. There's something fundamentally different between us. There absolutely is. And you have the better version of it. I think you may be the most compassionate person I've ever met. This person tried to play you for a fool in the past. Don't get flattered by this person, okay? Because they wanted to weaponize that against you in the past. They wanted to weaponize your sweetness and your innocence. They saw that compassion energy and they went, let me, like I'm just seeing, they were trying to put you through hell and back, okay? And they learned that and they tolerated that in themselves. I just keep seeing this. There is a man energy in your future that is not only they are going to see that compassionate energy in you and they're going to protect it. They're going to put the guard up. This is going to be a healing relationship that's coming in for you. They're going to do the opposite of every single thing that this person put you through. I always feel so good when I'm around you. Then do the same. Like this person, I don't like this person. What would you think if you knew? Exactly. Well, we do know. And I think it's clear how we feel. I'm sure this person can kind of feel this on the ether. I don't feel bad for this person. I'm not free to pursue what I want. This person at the very least is in grips of an addiction to bad habits. I wish I could take back my words. Well, your words stem from a lot of other things. You should have a lot more regrets. I don't like this person. Sorry. Sorry, I just don't. I don't have time for it. I feel like you're that way too. It's like nobody cares now. All right. Ew. I think I speak for every woman I say ew. I feel like I need a bath. Let me just...
Wash that one off.
Yeah, that's bad energy. This person also, they have very bad energy. They keep very bad company. Oh, thanks, baby. Let me just get that negativity. I feel like that's you as well. Like, you're going to probably spend time, like, getting away from this. But once you do, I feel like you're not going to look back and you're not going to regret this decision. Like, even though I feel like you had a natural connection with this person, I think you're just going to be like, you know. And certainly whoever's coming in here in the future, because there is a person. I think you have to go through a healing process, and I don't know where you're at in this. I don't know where you're at in this cycle. Okay, because I think you have to go through a healing process where you get the ick off of you. And you may well get the ick for this person, actually. Where there was once, I don't know. I'm hearing some of you have to hate somebody in order to like move on from them. And you don't have natural hatred for this person. But the way they treated you was so disdainful that you let yourself hate this person and everything that they stand for and the people that they're around and everything that they're about in order to just completely burn the bridge. And then once you do that, you start your healing journey. And that's when this other person comes in. And I'm literally seeing you cross a bridge. And I'm seeing this person's hellfire, okay? It's the fire's coming from this person's side that burns the bridge afterwards. It's this person being in an energy they have no right to be in. They're consumed by this. And they're not putting I don't like this person. Okay. And it's burning the bridge. But on this side, it's all hellfire and damnation and karmics and alcoholism and whatever. And on your side, it's just a meadow. And it is springtime and the birds are chirping and you start to heal again. And there is a healing brook. And following the bubbling brook and the peaceful sounds just kind of leads you. I'm seeing like a stag in the forest, and he's majestic and he's healthy and he's peaceful and he knows himself and everything is calm around him. And I think you want a piece of that. And I think you should give yourself the opportunity to experience what that experience is like with a man. That's all I'm saying, instead of whatever the hell that is. Okay. Oh, Catherine said, you guys, I'm so sorry you had to endure that. Okay, so moving on. Ew, I'm just putting this over here. Okay. I really wish that okay. Oh, thank you so much, Tasha, for the super chat. You're number one. I feel the need to apologize to Jess for introducing this energy to her. I bring it on myself, right? Because also, like, I can set the container, get in here, and then, like, get out, right? Okay. Moving on here. So pile number 2, the desert. Okay, I'm feeling a continuation, but it's of that healing energy, and I wish I could remember the artist of the song. All I want is for love to live. There to give love. We gotta give love. The song is called That's What Love's About. So you're learning about love. Okay. Ew. Okay. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to, okay, there's still like some energy from this. I feel like I'm almost telling a story. I'm almost outlining, I think, your hero's journey. That was phase 1. And I think that was honestly like, okay, it's the Garden of Eden. And it's that Rohini energy of like the favorite wife to the moon. Janae, thank you so much for the super chat. For the gremlins I've made you read for. You guys are so nice. Okay. I'm almost feeling like this. It's not more icky. This is definitely like a transformation of the energy. I'm not sure where this is going to go, but I do feel like I just need to say this because I feel like we're outlining the hero's journey where like it's that Garden of Eden energy, which is in Taurus. Okay. So this could have been like a hometown. There was something here where it's like you felt like you had to get your needs met and you felt like you had to do some kind of exchange here. But I feel like it was, there's some kind of authoritative energy. And I think that was potentially this person. They were trying to have dominion. They were trying to have control over you. That's what you thought love was in the past. And I don't know if this came from like a home environment or something, but you're actually breaking away from this, like at speed. I think you're really moving forward. You're actually really learning that lesson. I feel like you're in this weird place of, okay, maybe this is what this person wants you to know. Like just put all this in the context of the reading and however it needs to come out for you. So I am hearing, I know what I thought love was, and now I know it's not that, but I haven't actually felt or experienced true unconditional love, like that actual love energy, love without a hint of control in it. I don't know what that is yet, so I'm open and I'm just neutral. And I feel like you're just kind of sitting there in this neutral position. And this is like this desert, like kind of an energy. And, or maybe this is your person. Okay. Like, again, this is what they wish you knew. So potentially okay, so this could be a new person. Maybe this is like this new stag energy where it's like they've gotten out of something very similar. And just like you, they chose the higher path. So there's like a hellfiery bridge on their end and it burned down. And now you guys are both in the meadow together and spirit is pushing the two of you together because you actually resonate together. You vibrate. So, hey, yeah, you do. You guys, Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. So the two of you, okay, so this is this new person then. So the two of you are actually starting to resonate at the same level. And I feel like the meeting of you and this person is that you finally are introduced to another person that resonates on your level. That gives you what you give to other people. Because you have drawn a hard boundary, and this is what this person wants you to understand. They've been through something very similar. So I think that, again, you and this person, you went through a period in the desert, maybe where you felt really alone, or you were like really thirsty. Maybe there's even like a dry spell or something. And you could have really been focusing like on your career or something like that. And you felt like you needed help for the longest period of time. But then you realized that you were your own best friend. This is Lilith energy, and Lilith wants to be treated equally. She's not just going to like lay down and do whatever other people are asking her to be done with. She's just not. So this person wants you to know something here about that is what I'm getting. There's a mirroring going on between you and this new person. Okay. And if it is the old person coming in here, we've got 3 tens, and that 3 tens energy is I've made my decision and it is firm. I've made a decision about a person. I've made my decision about a place. It is firm. And so potentially if this is a new person and you know about an ex that they've had in their past, then they're wanting you to know that you shouldn't feel, this is what I literally just said, like moving from the other person. I said, this person's going to do the exact opposite shit that this nasty person did. So they're literally starting out by saying, look, I had an ex. It was crazy. I moved away from it. And you have nothing to worry about because I've made a decision. My decision is final. This is another cycle breaker. So the two of you actually, I'm hearing you handle your shit. You handle your business. You make decisions in your life. When you move away from something, you move away from it. And you know exactly why you did what you did. And they are wanting something equal. And this person actually likes Lilith energy. There may be a Lilith connection between the two of you. So really spicy. And I think that actually the two of you, there could be a Lilith connection here as well because Lilith can really help you cut ties with like negative past. So it's like once you meet this person, like you're just never going to go back. I feel like spirits, this is a boon. Spirit wants you to know that this is like a boon energy that's coming in here because it's really helping you actually what you feel for each other. Because I'm hearing it's just like once you experience this, you're not going to want to go back. You're going to actually have a much clearer perspective on the fact that that person in your past wasn't shit. They weren't treating you right. It's going to solidify that, but then you're actually going to know what love is. And it's not going to feel like addiction and it's not going to feel like hellfire. And I keep hearing the word favorite. So I think in a situation in the past, it's like, because Rohini is the favorite wife to the moon. So this person could have had other people, for both of you. They could have had other people involved in your relationship. But then they wanted you to think that you were the favorite, or they made people fight over the favorite spot. But there's something about being the favorite. In order to be the favorite, Rohini energy is very born sexy yesterday. That's kind of the energy. It's very Marilyn Monroe. But you wised up. Like the thing is, that's a cycle breaker. So it's like this person, ew, you know what these people in the past had in common is they like you at your weakest. Like how I was describing that person and how like their karmic likes them all like doped up and independent and confused and not able to move on from them. Well, this person likes you kind of the same way. They like you. This person kind of strikes me as a misogynist from your past in the sense that it's like they like to objectify and use the female form, but they don't actually love females. They don't actually want to have a relationship. They don't actually care to get to know you. They want you to be their little plaything. That's what they wanted. And that's what they like about you. And it's really low. And I think that, again, you're moving away from that. And this person, this is that man shit. That's what I'm talking about. It's like they actually love you. They actually want a relationship with you. And so that's what spirit, I think, actually, God himself wants you to know. Look, and there's a purification process. So you both, I'm hearing it's baptism by sand is what it is. Baptism by being in the desert. So it's like you moved away from this. You had to go through a healing period. And this, it's mirrored on this person's side. So they want you to know this, where they felt really alone. Even if there were other people, they literally could have moved to the desert. But I'm telling you that time in their life, again, if you feel like this, they were alone and that was a purifying experience. And I am hearing Sedona because, you know, there's that like vortex there, or there's that mesa that everybody always takes their crystals and stuff and they put them out on that mesa. And there's some kind of like basalt or something underneath that. So it's a purifying experience and it's connecting with the Rahu. And Rahu is that destiny, but it's coming up from the past. So both of you have dealt with your pasts. So spirit is wanting to reassure you about this and saying, trust the process, because if you didn't heal this, and maybe something to do with your finances, then whenever this came in, I think you would be very suspicious of one another. And you would have just been like, oh, so the fact that maybe you've been on your own for a while, maybe it has to do with finances and you've surrendered to the process. All of this has been led you to a crossroads. And I'm hearing Hecate. For some of you, this led you to tarot. This led you to like witchy shit. That was Hecate. And oh my gosh, I think it's Hecate that's opening up this portal. It's a 3-way intersection. She rules over 3-way intersections. So it's like, it's going backwards. It's choosing maybe a path alone. And that could be like, whatever that is, you know, to you, monastic or something, you have an option there, or you have a path to go on here with this person. Hecate, out of her love and respect, and the fact, Hecate, remember, she's takes the light into the darkest places, and because you've done that, she's honoring you here. Maybe with like intuitive gifts, but she's opening up a portal where you can go on a date here with this person. But in order to do that, You've had to go through this desert experience. And sand, kind of like I'm seeing an exfoliant where it's sloughing off all the dead skin. And I'm just seeing you kind of emerge almost, I'm seeing like alabaster, like you come out just like, pure. And I think you're the last to know that you've made this incredible transformation. And yeah, you thought you needed help, but actually you don't anymore. So this has healed codependency in you. This process has healed codependency in you. And this person has been through something similar. And so now you can forge something that is real, that actually is loving, that is mature, and that is not built on codependent tactics and whatever weird shit was going on in your past and whatever weird shit was going on in their past. And this is going to be the real deal. This is going to be the real thing. But this is the honoring the dark side of femininity. And again, I'm just hearing like this person may really resonate with feminine rage. Like they might have it within them, or they might like have an appreciation. I'm hearing it's an acquired taste, but this person has an appreciation for feminine rage, like in their music, in their like creative endeavors, in the types of people that they're around. Actually, this person likes when you kind of get bitchy, or likes when you hold a boundary, because this person is not trying to get in anything codependent. This is nice. You may meet this person at a party. Okay, there is something here. There could be a false start in this relationship, but it could potentially be removing an obstacle. Yeah, something here like that. Okay, so let's just see. But let's look at this person, because that's a lot with spirit. So this is a divinely guided connection. And part of that divine guidance was, I'm hearing, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. So you have walked through the valley of the shadow of death, and it's to make you fearless, is what I'm hearing. Because basically part of codependency is knowing that you don't have this like need for anyone else. You learn how to function on your own. And I think some of you, it's like, there could have been a dry spell here, like a desert, where you're like, oh my God, I literally might never be with somebody ever again. Like, because you just get so used to it. But that's how you know you're healing codependency. I'm hearing it can be no other way. We cannot heal codependency in you any other way. So that's where, if you make it to the end of this and you don't kind of like cop out, or like, try to circumnavigate this in some way through using your own free will, which you can do. It's ill-advised and it lacks wisdom, but you can do it. Then that's going to lead you to this three-way intersection, where you can take a path alone, and some of you will want to do that because some of you are like witches and you want to like take some kind of healing path, or maybe join a monastery, or be a golden girl, and hang out with your like witchy friends and live in a commune, or take some kind of really different path. Maybe I'm hearing vows or something like that. Like, but there's a path to go on with this person. And there's also, obviously there's a choice to slide backwards, but sliding backwards into codependency and to be in another karmic. Why do I keep doing that in this reading? Relationship. Okay. This is really beautiful, but you have to trust the process. And like all of this, it's going to make sense to you. And when you get with this person and they've done the same thing, like however they needed to like be in their own desert, they've done the same thing. And y'all both are connecting with your Rahu, and there very well could be some kind of connection. Whereas whoever this was in the past, there might have been a K2 connection, like from past lives, a karmic from a past life. And again, they had the opportunity to join. There could have been a nodal connection here as well, because they could have gone with you like to your north node. But this new person, I think there's strong north node connections, because I think this person's going to help heal you, and I think you're going to help heal them, but you both won't even realize that you're doing it. You're just going to show up in such the polar opposite energy like that other people did, and I'm literally thinking of like, I hope this is okay that I'm sharing, but it's like, literally the first night that like I hung out with my husband, there was another girl that was like trying to like hook up with him. And I literally have never seen a man not go for like the easy lay, or like try to play in some kind of weird mind game. And I was already on like a monastic path. And he was like, thank you for coming to my party, and just like sent her away. And then we stayed up and we talked all night. And it was like the most we really, really connected like on a conversational level. And when I realized like I like talking to him, like I actually like him like more than I like most people, like on a human level, it freaked me out. So don't be freaked out if that happens, but like him starting it off even that way, he didn't even know that he was doing it. He was just being a good person. He didn't know how much that meant to me. It reminds me of Begin Again, Taylor Swift. On a Wednesday in a cafe, I watched it begin again. Because she says all love ever was what taught me how it burns and breaks and ends. And she said something in that song where it's like, and you don't know how nice that is, but I do. You know, when you hold the door open for me, you don't know how nice that is, but I do. I feel like that's kind of like the way that you guys are going to connect. You don't know how nice it is that you're being. And I think this person, if you brought it up, it would almost be weird to them. Like, you know, where you're like, it's really nice. And this person would be like, this is literally just what sane, normal humans do. I didn't, you know, you would have acted like I presented you a golden statue or something, but it's really just the actual literal least I can do. And even just you hearing that is going to remove all the gaslighting and all the bullshit that all the people in your past, whether it was family, because a lot of times, you know, when you have a karmic situation like this, you learn that from early shit in family, that's how you're supposed to be treated. You're supposed to be played with. You're supposed to be messed with, you know. It's just going to help remove all the gaslighting where somebody's actually going to validate you and say, it's not appropriate to treat people like that. And I hold myself to that standard because just the baseline, it's just not appropriate to treat people that way. It's going to be very healing. Oh my gosh. I think you're going to have an anxiety that maybe all this person, yeah, you're going to have anxiety, but that's just, it's coming up to be healed in this new connection. They want you to know that, okay, we have to, I'm literally seeing like we have to induce this in order for that to kind of like be healed. And you have to trust the process. So you're going to have anxiety about like a hookup, like, okay, they just want me for a hookup, or did they hook up with somebody else? But again, you're going to have that healthy communication, and your fears are going to prove unfounded. And okay, I have this like scar on my arm, and it affected the strength in my legs in some weird way, like when I went to like a energy healer. And so when he was fixing it, because I got this when I was like 4. Okay, so this is my feminine side. Like my feminine side was just like offline for a while, and he was like, okay, I gotta cause you a little bit of pain here in order to like actually fix this. And he had to like, you know, pinch at it or whatever. And I feel like that's what it is. We have to cause you a little bit of pain here in order to bring this up so that I can like reconfigure the way everything's talking to each other. That's what I feel like this person's doing. It's like you're kind of being dragged, like when this person, this is spirit and this person saying like, we have to kind of call these things up a little bit in order for you to learn that there are safe people out there and that you can be treated well. So this is healing. This is healing. He recently unblocked me. He's an Aquarius. This is so beautiful. Look, unexpected healing. Oh my God, I could cry for you guys. Yes, this is why we do what we do. This is why we do what we do. Yeah, like there also, you might like this person's hands, or they might like your hands. Yeah, and I'm hearing like you might think that you need help during these times, but you actually don't. Like you actually don't. Okay, like this is so beautiful. Okay, anything else that this person wants you to know? Oh my gosh, I'm literally hearing like you're stronger than you know, you're smarter than you think. This person loves you, okay? And they respect you and they admire you. And I feel like when this person speaks to you, they speak to you like an equal. And this person cares to know what you think. This person's going to bring out your strength, and they're also going to help you carry your burden. I think you're both going to do this here for each other. And this person is going to help you transform and cut out like toxic connections. Not that they may well help you craft some kind of communication where you can, or when you communicate with people, this person's going to help you step into your power. They may well be a Leo, or they may well be a Sagittarius, but there could be some karma in Sagittarius, like with the planets that are in Sagittarius. But yeah, they might help you in the way that you speak to step into your power and to actually say what you mean. Oh my God, the Two of Cups. You guys, this is beautiful. But I just feel like because of everything that you've been through and potentially with this other person, I'm hearing, be patient with me. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on this. It might feel emotionally overwhelming because, again, you're going through a lot of the same things that you've been through, but it's going to go much differently than you're used to. This is your Temperance energy. This is divinely guided. This is beautiful. Okay. Let me just, Spirit, any advice to help them connect with this? I just heard, if you're going through hell, just keep going. Something, if you're going through hell. Yeah, just keep going, okay? Just keep going and don't be tempted away from anything other than an equal. Oh my God, companion? Are you kidding me? Companion. This is your companion. Loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. I think it's going to surprise you that this person is loyal, can be loyal. This person may well have a lot of options. This may be the one, I don't know, this is another thing, like with my husband, I was like, he's the one person where it's like, I wouldn't be surprised because he's amazing. He's just amazing in every way. To me, he's perfect. And, you know, but he's the one that he's never caused me a single, like, he's the most loyal man. But it's also because he has his own values that he holds himself to. Has nothing to do with me almost. You know, he's just that good of a man. So this person is going to be loyal. They're going to be tenacious, and they're going to be unselfish when it comes to you. And I think that is, it's not in a code. It's not, this person's definitely not a doormat, but look, This person is the light at the end of the tunnel. They're the gold at the end of the rainbow. This is beautiful. Not that they're an object, because I think you're very much this for each other. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. I think you both like sharing with each other. This is what was missing in your past relationships. You like sharing with each other. And thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And this is your justice with the Avenger. And you also might have some kind of weird energy. I just heard that little prick from your past. Resorting to violence in the name of the cause. Because this person's in some low ass energy from your past. But it's just having this other person. Oh my God, you're going to see the difference. But I'm hearing this is a man and this is a boy. Like you're just going to see this very clearly. And exorcist, you are going to exorcise this Don Juan addictive energy out of your life once and for all. Freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. And you're going to realize this person, anything that you were carrying, any baggage, because I think this person has a way of displacing responsibility because all they have is excuses. They make excuses for themselves instead of dealing with themselves head on. And that's a person, again, they're not fit to be in a relationship yet. They're just not. They have to get the Aries part down and so that they can step to somebody else who has that Aries part down. Where, again, you're not codependent. You can function. And that's how you have the Libran relationship. Before they do that, this is a person who wants to try to do the Libran thing, but it's way off balance because you have to go here and fix them. And as you're doing that, they say, oh, that feels really good. We've been doing the Libran stuff. And you're like, we didn't even begin to get to the connection issues yet. And it's always going to be at the expense of what you need or what the relationship needs because you're just going over here to fix this person. And they're like, wow, that feels really good. And this person just relies on you to kind of coast it. But you're going to see that. And I'm just seeing you like waving a feather like over your space. Like, nope. Yeah. And any addictive patterns. Yeah. Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. I think you're going to recognize that this person's some type of addict or that they brought that out in you and that they're a shapeshifter, that this person will just do anything in order to get whatever, to get in anywhere. I just don't think you're impressed with it anymore. Once you see the real deal, I just don't think that you're going to be tempted to go back. This person though, might also be the positive energy of a shapeshifter. They might well look very different in different settings or during different times of your life or, I don't know, but they may also be a meditator, a prolific meditator, I just heard. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness and the ability to see the potential in anything. And this person sees the potential in you and the potential in your relationship. They've connected with it very readily. And also it's spicy between the two of you. You're both really attracted to each other. This is great. Yeah, and they're going to advocate for you and it's not going to be selfish and it's not going to be fantastical. Okay, let's get some messages from this person. Yay. Look. Cycle breaker. They're another cycle breaker. Let me just see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is from an NF song. It says, if you want love, you've got to go through the pain. You got to learn how to change. If you want love, you're going to have to give some away. This person understands that. They're prepared to give and receive from this space. They really are. Look, the truth will come out. This person trusts that the truth will come out. Cut out the liars. Stay close to people you know are loyal. So this person, there may have been some kind of, unexpected truth that led to, I think, a breakup here. And it was all in perfect divine timing with an ex-lover so that they could have magnetic attraction and family with you. And this person, the truth will come out. And I think this person, so again, they were unlike the person you're dealing with in your past, this person was presented with some kind of awful truth about whoever their karmic, whoever they were with. And this person is not afraid to look at the truth. They're like, okay, well, that's unfortunate that that's the truth about you, but I'm also not going to look away. Because the truth is going to come out and I'm just going to pray to God, thank God that the truth came out before I got myself in a legal situation or before, anything, right? Cut out the liars because I think they found out that whoever they were with was a lie, but also lying. And I don't think this person fucks with that, to be honest. Because I think this person also recognizes that like liars, that speaks to like a character issue. It's not just like a oopsie daisy, like one time thing. It's like something's wrong with your character, like on a fundamental level. Stay close to people you know are loyal. And I think this person kind of finds that, look, words, you've been running your mouth and it'll match your actions. This person doesn't like a hypocrite. I can tell you that. This person will notice when someone's words and their actions are not in alignment. And I think it makes them lose an immense amount of respect and attraction for people, to be honest. Look, can I get your number? And then look, loyalty. Loyalty. Okay, beautiful. Look, cycle breaker, and this is going to be a surprise. This is going to be a surprise. They also could have been framed. Like this person, I just saw the framed card. So it's like maybe because this person's attractive or whatever, people are jealous. This person could have been framed, like even in their past relationship with their ex, because their ex didn't want to deal with their own shit. So they could have spread a bunch of lies about this person or Yeah, there could have been something here like that, but I think it's going to be a surprise that this person's loyal. Okay, messages. Hidden truth. Okay. I feel you even though we were apart. I feel like this is a divine connection. I think you both can sense each other, and that's actually giving you a lot of strength. It's pulling you towards each other. I think Spirit's letting you feel this person before, like in the potential of it. There's some kind of call in your heart that I feel like Spirit's letting you connect with to help move you away from like whatever destructive energy was in your past. Every time you drop a little shade towards the pile, one person, I scream. Loyalty's a huge focus. I feel you even though we're apart. I'm telling you, this is a spiritual connection. And Spirit is letting you feel the energy of this person to put some wind in your sails here. It's very, Spirit's like, you got to go through this desert. We got to make sure you're not codependent. But Spirit's pulling you forward here. Okay. I want to be more than friends. I think you're going to have a friendship connection with this person. Oh, this is like the X energy. Ew, I just reached for the Hidden Truth deck too. Yeah. I wonder if you're happy without me. We're just going to put that down. No thanks. Don't like it. Don't want it. Ew. Okay, let's see this. Oh my gosh. No. Okay, so there may be karma. Okay, look at this. I fear you will never forgive me. And then on this side, please forgive me. I know I messed up. So on this side, this is this ex person. And frankly, they keep trying to get into this and I really just don't appreciate it because I just really don't appreciate the energy that this person's in. You may well have a mama bear figure that comes in. Like this could be a friend. You may have like a no nonsense friend that is just like, no, and maybe this person asks friends about you and they're like, what are they up to? And this person's like, that is not your business. You've made it not your business by being horrible. But this person, you may well have karma to be worked out between the two of you and you're both in the energetic vibration. Please forgive me. I know I messed up. So please give me a second chance. Like, I feel like the two of you, the loyalty and stuff in this connection is actually healing some kind of past karma, but you're not going to feel, I think the karma is the magnetic attraction, but you're both in, Spirit's actually bringing you guys together because this is a gift because you're both in a very healthy, high vibrational healing energy to wipe out whatever negative karma has like been gone before. I think in this lifetime. So it might be with other people, but potentially it's with you guys in a past lifetime. But this is a love connection. This is a soul mate connection. I love you so much no matter what. I love you so much no matter what. And I think this person has X energy. You know what I'm getting? The two of you coming together, it's going to really do something to your exes. Okay, like these people. It's really going to do something. And all of a sudden, even on this person's side, please don't hate me for ghosting you. You didn't deserve it. Because now when their ex sees you treating them like the prize they are, they're like, well, wait a minute. I think it's like you both dusted each other off and you're like, you weren't what that person said you were. And you don't deserve treatment like how that person did you. And as soon as they see, and I think both of you, again, you start healing. So you start stepping up into your power. You may well make strides in your career, in your stability. You may have something. You may actually build something, but don't ever get it twisted. It is the alchemy between you and this other person that gives you anything that comes, the fruits that come out of this relationship. And these exes are going to be looking at it going, well, damn, I should have really been with that person. But them in their stank ass energy, they never would have appreciated either one of you. They couldn't have built what the two of you built together because they're karmics and they're too low vibrational. So it's going to do something to these exes, okay? And this may well be going on this person's side. Oh my God. I was like, what are they? I was like, I feel like you're going to be like, oh God, what are they going to say about it, right? Please don't hate me for ghosting you. You didn't deserve it. That's what their ex is going to say. And then they said, we need to let each other go. Look, I'm always here for you. But yeah. And this person is just like kind of, ew. Yeah, this person has like, is going to come back with a lot of excuses. And this person's just going to go, we need to let each other go. I'm sorry. But I have this magnetic attraction to another person that I actually know that I can build with. And their love, I'm hearing like you both attribute whatever you've built, you attribute it to the love of the other person. It was their love and it was for both of you. It was their love that picked me up. It was the caretaker. It was the balm energy. I'm forever in their debt. I love this person. I recognize the hand that feeds me, that comforts me, that saw the value in me. In Princess Diaries, when she says, he's like, well, why did you want me to come to the ball with you? And she said, because you saw me when I was invisible. Boom. But I think that the two of you people just objectify you, but it's like you both see the value in each other. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 2. This is beautiful. And it's going to be lusty. It's going to be magnetic. It's healing. And you guys I just heard your exes have every reason to be threatened by this other person, not just in this lifetime, but in other lifetimes. Because I think that there's a new top spot. Like where maybe you both were kind of hooked on these exes in the past. And so it's like when you incarnate, it's like, okay, like let's give it a try. I think you're less and less likely to do that in future incarnations, because I think there might be another person who's come in and like taken the top spot in your heart. And I think this has long standing consequences, because you're just not on the same level as these exes. Neither one of you are. I think if you actually like, it's that Garth Brooks energy of sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. And that, like when they ran just the other night at a hometown football game, my wife and I ran into my old high school flame. And it's sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. Like I changed the way I looked at you. Like that's what this is, okay? It's fully healing energy. You just don't look at your exes the same. And if you got around your exes, I think even for like a day, you just would be like, no. Cool. That was much better. Thank God. That was much better than that pile number 1 energy. And I feel like that's how a lot of you are like, oh, thank God. Because I think that you've actually been alone for a while in that desert energy. Like, I don't necessarily think that you've been in like bad things. I just don't think you've had good options. It's probably still in that karmic energy because you're still getting it off you, that energy off of you. You don't want to pull anything in while you're still healing that codependent energy. Vanya said, are we all karmics to someone? Absolutely. But, karmics is a word that there's a colloquial way we use it in the tarot community. And it means usually that there's gunk and there's stuff to kind of be worked out. But in reality, karma has all kinds of different qualities. And actually Vedic astrology calls it like the qualities, the gunas, has certain qualities. Okay. So like you can have very destructive karma, like what we saw in pile number 1. Okay. That's tamasic. Those people have tamasic, energy within themselves, because you yourself can have more of a tamasic orientation, which is destructive. It's chaotic. It's low. It's that strategizing, and it's the addictions, and it's the everything. Like they have to dig themselves out of that. Like that's their personal karma. But then we have like the connections that we form with people can be healthier or not healthier, even if we are in a tamasic energy, right? Because you have a healthier karma with your person, and they could have chosen to build that, right? You could have had the the K one. Sorry, I'll think of it. But the sattvic is the one that you really want. Rajistic, sorry, it doesn't start with a K. Rajistic is the builder energy. But and it's positive karma. It's like you build together, but that needs to be balanced out with that destructive energy, because you can't just build and build and build forever. You do have to be able to take out the things that need to be taken out. And that's sattvic, where it's like very balanced. So there's different qualities of karma. So everything in the universe is karmic. Okay, really the question I wish as a spiritual community we ask ourselves is, what's the quality of the karma here? There's always karma playing out. Even if you believe in twin flames or soulmates, it's the karma is the building blocks of the material world. It is in all its forms. There's karma between you and every single person that you've ever met, every environment you've ever been in, all of it's karma. The land you were born in, it's all karma, right? That's kind of how things unfold here. And in Vedic astrology, they say the karma ripens. Okay, so, and they say that even a negative word can cause an enemy to somebody. But even not saying, like not putting somebody in their place, well, you've made an enemy to somebody else because you let somebody get away with their bullshit over here. So try not to think of it on that like level. That the way in Vedic astrology, at least, that you clear your karma is by just reaching up for your values. And they associate values really with like the devas, the different gods and goddesses that embody different qualities. And you try to align with that higher energy. Lord, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. And when you orient that way, they say that's really the only way that you can get rid of your karmas. So try not to get too minutely focused on managing your karma. That's how you get lost in the sauce. Okay. You don't deal with karma like this tit for tat stuff. That's how you just get, no. And really, like, that's what they call like, samsara, like the wheel. You just aim to be enlightened. Like you aim to step out of the wheel. Because when you see the truth of everything and you can kind of see through the world, and everything that you want, like really kind of loses its pull on you because you recognize the emptiness here and you start, that's when actually you really start burning off karma. Okay. But again, like we don't exactly, it's hard to talk about these things because there's colloquialisms. These words have like their actual true meanings, like in the way they're in the spiritual text. And then they have the ways that we kind of use them in everyday sentences. Yes. Beth said, even in quantum mechanics and astrophysics, a lot of these esoteric views are confirmed, the interconnectivity. We were just talking about that yesterday because Alex was like, we can talk about physics and we can talk about all these different things. He was using all these sciencey words because he does. But he's like, but we can't talk about just the power of vibration, the power of the voice, the power of speaking your intention out loud. That's the bridge too far. Like it doesn't like really connect. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Okay. Here for it. Cheers. Nice. Okay. So extensions of ourselves. Thank you for the wonderful reading, Jess. It was a pleasure to read that. And again, this is why I show up. Pile number 2, like the journey from pile number 1 to pile number 2. That's why I like doing this. Okay. Cause it's like when you see people come into themselves, realize something, break a huge karmic cycle and get their own, that's worth everything. That is beautiful. And it's nice. It's a hard thing. This is like not an easy journey. It's also not a short journey. There's no quick fixes. There's no ways you can kind of juke out of things and hide from yourselves. You're impressive people. Like not everybody can do this like in this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's like at that level. The fact that you can do this is amazing. And I feel grateful to even just get to witness somebody making that journey. It's so affirming. It's so life affirming to my soul. It really is. So, thank you guys. Because sometimes it can just feel like, oh my gosh, everybody's just like, we're all just lost in it. But it's hard to remember that we're all a part of like unfolding processes and that we're all not at the end of it yet. So sometimes when people interact with you, they're interacting with you from the middle of their process and they are actually making progress. You just can't really see it yet, But here I feel like we've been kind of at this for like 3 years now. Some of you have been with me that long. Even if you weren't here with me, you've still been unfolding things here for like quite a while, because breaking a codependent pattern, that's not easy to do, especially if that's all you've ever seen modeled for you and you haven't had like the help of it. That's huge. It's really huge. And I hope you've had help on the way. I hope you've had help. I think you can feel it, like even if you couldn't see it, like, and I'm hearing that Jesus quote that says, whenever you looked back and saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. Like that was spirit. It's like you've maybe been thinking that you were alone, but you didn't realize how much help you were getting. But I'm telling you, when you reach that 3-way crossing that Hecate is opening up for you and the witches, the other thing is I'm hearing you died as one of us. So some of you, maybe you weren't even witches in a past life, but you got freaking called a witch or whatever. You got thrown in a water or whatever, a well, I just heard, whatever somebody did to you. And then Hecate was like, oh no, you die as one of us. You're one of us. So that opened up like this witch's portal. And that's why she's opening up a portal now. And that's also potentially why you have intuitive gifts coming along and you can navigate your way better. And all of it, when you reach that end point, you're going to look back and go, oh, right? But you can't really see it until you can see the totality. It doesn't really make sense until you can look back and see the totality of the journey. And so some of you, I'm hearing like that's when you lash out at readers or you lash out at your therapist or your best friend who's just trying to look out for you, hold you accountable, is because you can't see it yet. And you're looking back and you're only seeing the one set of footprints instead of realizing just how much wind has been in your sails. The fact that you even made it across that bridge at all. Like I'm hearing we've just been with you. Ideas that you thought were your own, were not. Little idiosyncrasies, synchronicities, divine interventions have been happening all the time. And you'll see it more clearly when you're here at the crossroads and when you're in that new phase of your life. You'll see it so much clearer how much you've really received. I'm hearing you've received copious amounts of help and you will see that very clearly. Okay. Yeah. And okay, so Janae just said I wouldn't trade the journey for the world. That's the other thing too. It's like when you see it, it's like, oh my gosh, and it's going to feel like it's yours and it's going to be so much more meaningful. It's all about the climb. It's all about the journey, really. It's actually the journey is going to be the gem. And you're also going to feel like you deserved it. It's not going to be like, oh my gosh, thank you for finally giving this to me, Spirit. You're going to be like, no, this was right on time. Okay, so let's move into pile number 3. Damien just said, it's all coming back. And I'm literally hearing that. Like, it's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. Okay, and then I'm seeing 10 Things That I Hate About You with Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey. And she brings him to the Celine Dion concert. And she's like, she reaches up. She brings it back. The power. So I don't know what that's about. If there's maybe a connection to 10 Things I Hate About You. Or not 10 Things. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Sorry, 10. Some kind of connection here with the 10s. We got another 3 10s here as well. This is another cycle breaker energy. Some of you are seeing something clearly here, something that was hidden, something that was kept secret, and I'm feeling salt in my eyes. So, but it feels like opening your eyes underwater, something like that. But I'm somehow connecting this with the saline in the eyes. So I feel like some of you, it's like when you cry, either you've done this, you've had a crying moment, or you will have. And it's like a dam, like just breaking. And I'm hearing damn. Like some of you are having like a major epiphany. There were things that were hidden like beneath the water, but also preserved. And you can look at in the light of day. And I think that, yeah, I think some of you feel like, okay, again, this reading is called What They Wish You Knew. So maybe that's what this person wishes that you knew, is that this is their experience. Or again, for some of you, take it how it resonates. Because for some of you, this is what some of you are asking, like, what spirit wishes you knew about your journey or about yourself or about your progress. So just take this however it's resonating for you, right? But like what I'm getting with this person is now I can see clearly now the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Yeah, so I feel like I can see things now that I couldn't see before. It's almost like the tide like has gone back out and it's revealed like the artifacts and the ruins of some kind of like an ancient city. For some of you, this is literally connecting to some kind of past life energy that you can feel or connect with, or that this person can actually feel or connect with. But it's like they couldn't do it until they cried. This person needs some kind of an emotional release because I feel like they were cut off from the water space. So they could have been just trying to look at this from like a cerebral lens, but it wasn't until they connected with the emotionality of it could they actually see the truth of the situation. And then going back to what was it? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? Yeah. Andy Anderson and Benjamin Barry, like, come on. The people who named those characters, they were just like AA, BB. Like she was trying to write something for her paper of like, how to do this. And then he was trying to like, frosted, like with the diamonds or something. Frosted. They both had like their angles. Okay. And this person, I think that's something that they're realizing is, okay, well, we both had our hidden motives. Like I was saying in pile number 1, we both had our hidden motives. We both had our hidden agendas. Even in an intimate situation, okay? Even when it is, we're both trying to keep ourselves safe. That can be a hidden motive, right? That's a hidden motive to intimacy. So even if it's something like that, at the very least, this person's having a realization about things that I can see clearly now. I can see clearly what was in the way. I can see what you were trying to do. I can see what I was trying to do. And I'm purging myself of that energy. There were certain fears and illusions here that this person was like trying to overlay. They were maybe trying to make it seem better than it was. But this person's having an epiphany. This person is having an awakening. And this may well be the person from pile number 1. I don't know. But this person this would be like they missed the boat and they couldn't go on the journey with you. You know how they were kept trying to get in pile number 2? And it's like, because maybe seeing you with this new person, it's like getting them all like riled up or something. Well, that's not the time for this person. Okay, that's not the point. The point isn't to get you and capture you as an object. Maybe that's what this person's realizing. So this is higher energy. This is actually a growth and transformation, okay? And it's seeing things from like some kind of higher perspective. Or again, this could be spirit saying, if you're like, it's also striking me that the ocean is the exact opposite environment than the desert. So again, I feel like you got pushed in like 2 different directions. So it could be that one of you ended up living by the ocean or some kind of an aquatic environment. And then another person had to go to the desert in order to like, you just very opposite, like you're having opposite kind of like experiences, but it's still a purifying experience. Salt is still it's antiseptic. It's a purifying agent, I'm just hearing you needed to go through this. So for some of you, this is spirit saying, if you're in pain and you're like, why? Like, what spirit do you wish I knew? That again, you needed to see this. There were things hidden beneath the water here. The water being that emotional content. There were things that you were trying to hide, but now that the tide has gone out, and that has to do with like certain cycles of life. So it could be that cycles of life have brought you back around to the same sort of concepts or the same ideas. And they say that the path is a circle, right? Life, the path is a circle. It's not a straight line. If you pay attention to your life, it's kind of more like a spiral. If you're making progress. If you're not making progress, it's a flat circle. And you're just going around and around, probably with the same toxic karmic energy in the same places, doing the same shit. And literally, but if you are breaking those things, then it looks more like a spiral, but you're still being brought around to the same kind of themes and like ideas and energies, but with kind of different people, and you're seeing it from a different angle. And again, like you're spiraling upwards, if you're meeting that energy. If you're not meeting at all, you're spiraling downwards. So I feel like there's something here like that. And the way forward for this group is like the crying energy. Now, if this is a person that you're asking about, that's what they're saying is like, they understand stuff. Like I was just like spiraling down because I wasn't taking any like control or action in my life. Or they're saying, they get it. Like that they could be saying, I know I was going around and around with the same person, the same shitty ass behavior. Yeah. I just heard preserving meat, like salt. You put salt on a wound. They needed salt in their wound. This person needed to experience a certain amount of pain to know the wound was there. That's what I'm getting. So somebody here, again, if there's alcohol involved in this or something, it's like they were so deadened emotionally. This person was doing something to preserve stuff, preserve all the gunk, to preserve all the emotions, to keep things hidden, to keep things down. And it wasn't like, so spirit had to put salt in their wound, throw them in the ocean with like wide open wounds. And maybe the sharks came to smell the blood, sea full of sharks, and they all smell blood. They start coming and I start rising. Must be surprising. I'm just amazing. I win, fly, soar, higher, 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 more fire. So it's, yeah, and they're rising like towards the sun. So again, it's all to like help this person actually like rise up. But I'm hearing this is a person who needed the salt in the wound in order to even become aware that there was a wound to begin with. Because this person will just try to bury it psychologically. And it's just by trying to bury their emotional energy. This is also a person who can lash out. So it's like whenever you point something out, again, this is the person I think from pile number 1, where it's like you're not fit to have a relationship. You're not even fit to have a conversation because you're not prepared to be truly honest. Because truly honest for this person is being emotional. And they can't do that. Because if they do that, I think this person's almost afraid that it's like maybe they're afraid that they will start crying. Me. I'm not afraid to cry around people like that I love and care about, but like just on the internet, it's a bit much. Anyways, or like if this is a man, it's like maybe he really doesn't want to cry in front of you or seem emotional. That's another thing, because like kind of in masculine culture, they don't want to seem emotional, but it's the key to everything. So like they're kind of realizing that, and this person needed to make a decision to like move away from strife. I also just feel like the emotional energy in this person just kept building and building and building and building and building because they kept choosing strife instead of choosing. I think, it really is the choice of like choosing the hard path at first to make a decision to like move away from like whatever toxic people, places, things. I'm hearing for some it was a work environment, a job. This could be an environment like, I'm not getting that it's exactly this, but it's like Wall Street where it's like, okay, well, you're making a lot of money, but it's a really toxic environment. It's a toxic lifestyle, and it puts you around like kind of toxic people who want you for like the wrong things. So it's like just, I don't know. Yeah, and I'm hearing the wad and the knuckles. The gold in the buckle he'll win the next go round. It's like they were addicted to like the fight, or they were addicted to the drive of it. Hearing that bell ring on the floor. Look, I'm going to put my nasty lip gloss on. They were addicted to like the nasty lip gloss. Yo, yeah. Heather just said, anyone that falls for the men don't cry. To be honest, you're around a toxic masculine. That's so true. And I don't know why I want to say this to you, but like, I had 2 grandpas, like as you do. And, one of my grandpas like was very heroic. Like he's not a perfect person, but he like fought in World War II, even though like he didn't have to. He volunteered. He was from a small town. He couldn't take it that the younger guys were going to go without him. And he was like a scout, which means he would like go out like in front, he was a really strong guy. Like, and he fought in a war and he would cry. Like, I remember when Saving Private Ryan came out and he didn't want to watch it. And somebody in my family made him watch it. And I remember knowing that was fucked up when I was a kid. And he just cried. And he didn't glorify war at all. You could tell he was haunted by some things. Like, but I had this other grandpa who, he's very wealthy. And he didn't go. He glorifies war. He doesn't cry. He watches all like the war movies. He's like, like it's just like, it's very much like that. And he's a great guy and he gives great advice and he has made himself very successful for certain reasons. But I don't know. I feel like the 2 of them were like put in my life because I just kind of saw like very different responses to like that masculine energy, that like war energy. Maybe this person like had some kind of experience where it was like, actually, it's the men who stand up and do the right thing. Like when they feel like, the NAZISs are like going to take over the world. It's actually a major threat that everybody felt. And we have to do something. And it's not okay to just send these guys in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it wounded him for like his whole life. Like he was very emotional about it. And he wasn't okay with the things that he did, but he just kind of felt like it had to be done. Anyways, but it's that masculine energy of like that toxic masculine says that you don't cry, and that men who do brave things are not connected with their emotions, or like that valor energy. It's actually, anyways, I think this person is connected with their emotional space and they realize that now. They realize it. So this person wonders if you're happy without them. They want to be more than friends. They regret lying to you. This person has a lot of regrets. I hid who I really am. I just saw, I hid who I really am from you, but this person hid who they really are from themselves even. Like this person had no genuine connection with who they really are. I feel you even though we're apart. This person feels a connection to you. They do, and it's real now. And I think this person may cry. They may have needed to cry over this for like quite some time. This person regretted something. They're realizing that they actually had a regret the moment after they did something or said something messed up to you. They felt it. But then they didn't allow themselves to feel that, so they shut it down, and then they made a bunch of excuses, and they potentially demonized you, made you the enemy, hid certain things, but really all they did was like preserve that. And, this is funny because I feel like this is, I'm hearing the word regret is a part of their karma. Because I think I feel like this person just left you with the bag, holding the emotional bag, like the tear sack, and you were left to just cry, and you were left to process everything on your own. This person didn't apologize. I think you had to heal yourself without an apology, without, again, somebody taking accountability. You had to do it all on your own. And now this person's having to do that. And not only that, but I feel like regret is a major part of their karma, where they have to realize just what they lost in you. They are seeing that now. And their emotional content was leading them towards, hey, you shouldn't have done that. You felt bad the moment you did that. You should have apologized. And if you cry, so what? At least you have a clear conscience. He literally, oh my gosh. He literally apologized. Oh, you don't think this is your pile? It seems like that is kind of connecting. Hello from Germany. Oh my God. Not all Germans. Hashtag not all Germans. Okay. Okay. This person they want you to know, what they wish you knew is that this person is, I think, working on their job skills or something. They are long-term minded. They recognize that they were in some manipulative energy here in the past. They want something serious. This person also, they could have gotten into like AA, because I'm hearing water everywhere and not a drop to drink, with the ocean, right? Like, it's very like salty or something. So again, it's like, I drink a lot, but none of it was like hydrating. None of it was nourishing. And that's a metaphor for this person's entire life, especially the water element is spiritual and it has to do with your connections. So this person didn't feel fulfilled by their spirituality because maybe they left it hollow and they weren't actually filling it out, whatever their religion is. Okay. They weren't actually working that program. And I'm hearing 12-step program. So some of these people could be in a 12-step. Or like there's certain similarities, because 12-step, it's like you ask for forgiveness, you make amends, because that's a trigger for people to numb out again. It's like you have to come kind of face to face with who you did wrong, what you did wrong, and you try to like make amends to that. Because the guilt is what kind of eats you up, and you don't know how to deal with it. So I feel like this person, again, like they're working on making some kind of an amends, and like with their God potentially as well. They're like what's higher than them. They're actually like working that. This person wants like a happy relationship with you. I think they secretly feel like you are their like happiness or their marriage partner. There is energy of vengeance. Maybe they could have hid like some kind of marriage partner. They had to look at themselves. This person, for some of you, I think this is a future energy that this person's going to be in, but for some of you, it's now. Okay, what else does this person wish that you know? They're facing their fears. They want to send you a message. Also, this person's angry at somebody. I don't think it's you. It could have been a marriage partner. Somebody led this person astray. Could have been a marriage partner, but it also could have been somebody who gave them negative advice. They were hiding something from them. They played this person for a fool, and they made this person basically a servant. And they're like catching on to that. And they realized they were clinging to this, and they actually have... This person has ended a cycle. They've ended a huge karmic cycle here. And now they realize that you're the one that they want with the two. They want a reconciliation here. And they want to heal. They want to heal like what they have with you. This person's realizing it. And this person is thinking long term. What's this? Oh, okay. So in the past they thought that they had options. This person was confused. For some of them, I think this was like, they were in some kind of stupor. And they were trying to make a decision. Well, this person is chosen now and they're ready to put the work in. This person's afraid that they can't win, and they're afraid of somebody here, and it doesn't feel like it's on your side of things. This person, maybe they have to fight somebody. That's what they feel like, and it feels like their own lower natures. This person is afraid of their own lower natures, but they're fighting. They're actually doing the work here. 6, 7. And it's to be sneaky. They have to fight their own lower natures to be sneaky here. This person has like anxiety, but they want to build with you. So it's a burden. This person's, I think they're making a decision. So I feel like this person's had an awakening. My throat in every single pile has done that. So this person's had some type of an awakening where it's a reckoning, and the reckoning is with their own emotional content and things that they were hiding from themselves. And they know that they have a choice to make, but they also potentially feel blocked, and there's some kind of family energy to do with this. They could have been married to this person. Somebody, I don't know. Or this could have been their... But look, this is the Emperor wannabe card. So they needed to walk away from somebody here. And I think this was you. I can't really tell. But this person is... They want to make a turn, but they don't know if they can. This person is at least being honest enough to say, like, I don't know which side of me is going to win. What else was this person wanting to say? Made it just in time for my pile. They don't know if you're going to be defensive towards them if they come back. Because they feel like you've wrapped up on the situation. There's an acknowledgement here that you had to wrap something up on your own. They know that I just heard they know damn good and well that you had to do that. Yeah. So, what else? I don't know. There's just a lot of... Every time I tap into this and it's like, what else? It's another emotion. And I feel like this person's still processing a lot of their emotions. But they are doing it. They're doing the work. They feel like you cut them off. But you probably did. Because you weren't getting the respect that you needed. But this person... They feel like you're theirs. And they want to fight for you. Okay, I might just start getting messages here for this person. Okay. Yeah, remember I was hearing Frank Ocean from Ocean's 11 or something? Or Ocean's 12 or whatever? Or Ocean's 59, like however many of them there are. I replay our conversations over and over again. I think you were the one that said we both know I'm not the one for you. And this person thinks about that. It's like, I love you, but we both know I'm not the one for you. Like, we both know this isn't going anywhere fast. We both know this is a lead balloon, okay? And this person's like, look, I regret lying to you. They're wanting to know. They're kind of offering up these certain things. It's like, if I acknowledge this, and this is real that they're acknowledging, I'll wait for a sign for you. They know that they were distracting themselves from their pain here, and they're becoming a better person, and they want to be together with you again. This person loves you unconditionally, and they're taking a hard look at themselves. That's what they wish you knew. And they see your, they love you. They see your, I just heard responsibility. The responsibility that this person was trying to pin certain things on you, make you feel responsible for certain things, or certain thing. I'm just hearing you were too young, or like, it could have been something about you, not even something that you said that they were like used to justify. I don't know. They're taking the hard look at themselves. They really are. I don't know if this person's going to be able to finish it, and neither do they. Because this person has a tendency to be sneaky, and they know it. And they also want to come out on top. They have that. They have that side to them. And I would just leave this person to wrestle with it on their own, to be honest. They think you're beautiful. Yeah, there's a lot of sexual energy here. There was sexual strategy in the past, but you like held close to your faith. And you are in this elevated energy. They see that very clearly. They want to communicate here. Potentially, some of you have made some of you either will be in a commitment when this person's in this energy, like if this is in future energy, or you're already in a commitment. If you're not in a commitment in a relationship, again, potentially some of you have taken you're strongly committed to yourself. And that was Hera energy, and you just have no interest in being with Zeus, who just wants to go anywhere he wants and then not take any responsibility for the damage that's left in the wake, not just to you, but to everyone else involved. Yeah. There's a magnetic attraction here, not just to you, but to whoever, to what you guys could have together. I struggle with revealing my true feelings and emotions. Yes, that's the whole point of this entire reading. They struggle to even feel them or connect with them, because I think this is a person who's been taught that emotions are weak. Or if this is a female, I feel like this female wanted to be wealthy. And even though they had emotions for you, they didn't care about that. They just wanted to be with somebody posh, wealthy, somebody who was a strategic move for them. That was what was most important to them. That is actually their values. That's their Venus. So that's what they went towards. I just heard Venus in Capricorn. There's like some kind of business thing. They're there's some kind of trading of like their relationship for status that they went towards. They had to learn that karmic lesson on their own. There's also a decrease in estrogen that's going on here. So I don't know if this person's older and they're going through a menopausal streak and they're going through it. There's some kind of connection. If this is a female, there's a decrease in estrogen with the clarity that's going on, that's opening up some kind of an emotional space where they're kind of realizing what's like important or something. And they're kind of realizing that their feminine side has led them astray, but it's that maiden energy within them. The chronal energy that doesn't want anything from anybody is kind of coming through and saying, ooh, we got to work on that next lifetime. Yeah, I get scared for being honest with you. I love you today, tomorrow, and always. I was just a fool for not admitting it earlier. The thought of you drives me crazy. Yeah, if it is a man, then again, there's that, it's like kind of the reverse, but yeah. Vanya said Zeus was so disturbing to me. Like, honestly, right? They wanted that salt burn. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see what else. I feel this person, I know I was wrong by not talking to you. Would you be open to talking now? This person's learned a lot. They have. You are so beautiful inside and out. Other people were interfering and trying to control me. I'm not the same person. I'm hearing I was easily controllable, because I don't think this person's trying to blame it all on these other people. I think they're saying, look, other people were interfering and they were trying to control me and they were leading with that control energy, and that's the energy I was in. So I was like, leading it right back, but I'm not that same person anymore. No matter who I'm with, my thoughts always lead me back to you. You're on this person's mind heavily. They recognize you as the Venus. When their emotional energy peeled back, you were what they saw. I've never loved anyone the way that I love you. Don't forget about me. I haven't forgot about you. Please don't hate me for ghosting you. You didn't deserve that. I'm so sorry for messing everything up. You deserve so much more. This is your justice energy. Look, I keep seeing this. We need to let each other go. I kind of feel like maybe that's your energy, or they're kind of questioning, like, do we need to let each other go? If I understand that, because the thought of you drives me crazy. If you're with somebody else in this lifetime, I would strongly suggest you remain there, because this person also is not done processing. Some of these people have a really, like, a strong magnetic attraction to the party life too. Or like social spheres or something like that. So yeah, I think that's what I'm getting. Well, let me just get from my little baggie here. Some of them may have issues with a little baggie. You know what I'm saying? And that could be part of what they're getting over. Okay. I pray about us. I pray for you. You are comfy blanket, rainy morning, big breakfast vibes, and I love it. There's more softness coming in than before. I'm being a coward, but this feels like they realized that they were a coward in the past. Why won't you tell me how you really feel? But look, this is this person's energy. This person kind of knows that. Why wouldn't I just tell you how I really feel? Well, because I was trying to maintain some kind of control. What was I trying to preserve? Some kind of sense of rightness, some kind of sense of righteousness, some kind of sense of pride that was not deserved. I'm hearing whatever this was, it was unjustifiable. This person's like, why was I trying to justify that? How could I have ever thought that it was justifiable, what I did? Or I just tried to cut you out. Like, this person's having a reckoning. I can't be stable for you. At least this person's kind of admitting that. Money and status are the truest loves of my life. Wow. I think you may be the most compassionate person I ever met. It's been so long. Have you forgotten about me? So at least this person's in an honest place. That's what I'm telling you. It's like this person's kind of not the person that you really like need them to be, but they are on their own healing journey, and they needed to go a completely separate way than what you needed to go. You needed the desert, and this person needed the ocean. So you're kind of not compatible. And again, but I feel like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I feel like this is very open-ended. It's up to you. I just feel like, it's not that you don't care. I think you're glad that this person is seeing things. I think that you're receiving your karmic justice now. The fact that this person is having an emotional reckoning. That's a big part of your karmic justice. Is this person having to face what they did to you and potentially feeling the same things that you were confronted with, that this person didn't help you go through. This person's having to make a decision about their strife. But this feels like a huge strife. This feels like, I'm attracted to the party lifestyle. Money and status are the truest loves in my life. The decisions that I make to navigate my life represent that. The partners that I choose in my life represent that. I like being the center of attention. I'm just heard I like being the center of attention. And you weren't giving me that. Oh God. But again, this person's trying to be honest about it. It's like, I like being the center of attention. You weren't giving me that. You also couldn't have given me that just in and of yourself, which is why I am attracted to money and status and social spheres, is because I needed that from all those people. This person is like, at least being honest. They're like, it wouldn't have never worked. It could have never been enough for me because I just thrive on getting attention so that I didn't have to look at my like inner self. I'm on this different path now, but this person is, they're nowhere near. It just wouldn't have been enough, like, is what I'm getting. And I think this person's sort of like being honest about that. So, yeah, that's really what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. This person also, because I keep hearing that Frank Ocean. So I'm seeing Julia Roberts and George Clooney. So there could have been some kind of plan, but I don't think it was above board. I don't think these people have much salt. Like, I don't think they have much value, like values that guide them. I think they're kind of willing to do anything. Both these people, they're kind of willing to do anything to be on top, or this is definitely a karmic situation that they sort of have to sort out, and they're in the process of that. But remember the desert energy for you and how long that took. Well, this person's just at the beginning of that. And I just heard the word toilet. So this person's making toilet wine. Oh, for some of these people, they may literally have done something illegal and gotten to jail. Someone told us white collar crimes to the FBI. Somebody here might be in jail. Either it's the karmic that they left you for, or it's them. Like, somebody here could be facing jail time, or they could be in jail. And that's what's giving them kind of like time to think. I'm hearing that. Someone told us white collar crimes. Yikes. Yeah. Maybe somebody's like a dentist. Or again, like numbing out with the Novocaine reference. Yeah, we did say that. You woman, you. We were kind of drawing that. Hold on. Damien says, why is their person not coming through? I'm curious about that too. Hierophant, the 7 of Wands. Somebody here is like defending a Hierophant energy. Okay, I'm just going to throw this out here. Don't shoot the messenger. But kind of what I'm getting is, I think this might be you. I think you might be defending in your mind some kind of like Hierophant energy. Maybe you think this is like a marriage or something. But the Sun energy is wanting you to see something clearly here. The Page of Cups. And the 3 of Cups. I'm not going to say what else because I don't want to push too far here. But that's what I'm getting. Hold on. Spirit is saying, I love you. Look, and Spirit wants you to wait for a sign. Spirit might be bringing in some kind of sign. This person may be lying. Because they're not taking the higher cup, right? Because this sweetness or this innocence is like the higher cup. And I'm not trying to give you a trauma, okay? Like, only take this if it resonates. That's just like kind of what's coming through here. Something about equal give and take. And an argument. Something here about an argument. I don't know if you want to fight me for saying it, okay? Look, the King of Swords. Like, this is emotional shutdown. Anger. Emotional shutdown, anger. Feeling like you don't get the respect you deserve. Again, I don't know if you're feeling this way towards me or towards Spirit. Or, I don't know if this is this person. But then there's like a painful ending because somebody was being manipulative. Oh. So... yeah, the 5 of Swords. I don't like the energy that's coming out here. I think that you said you just went on a first date with him, right? So be in first date energy. I don't know if you're thinking this person's the Hierophant. Don't give them Hierophant energy. If you're at the first date, you have to be open to, are you the Hierophant or are you not? Because I think they might be giving that impression, but just be open. That's all I think that you should do. Just be open. Just be open. Really get to know him, you know? It's not the same person. Okay. He's obsessed with me. Okay. Okay. We got a Truth card with the Ace of Swords, and then we've got the 8 of Cups, which is somebody, again, the shut off with the emotional energy. Some kind of message. Blockage. Anxiety. I don't know. I'm going to stop looking into it because you're saying it's not resonating. So, okay. All right. So shall we move on to the general message? Okay. Response to jail fit nicely for these 2 layer cards. Nice. Okay. I'm still hearing that Taylor Swift song. Someone told his white collar crimes to the FBI. Okay, hat. Okay, so what Spirit wants to bring through here is it says you will be playing a different role. Recognition for your reward or merit. Some of you are leveling up in the physical. Some of you could be getting a promotion, some kind of new job, some kind of new responsibility. Shield, you need to defend yourself. Okay, so you have something worth defending here. Some kind of like abundance that you've created, some kind of nourishment. And I don't know what this is, but I think you might. For some of you, it's actually literally money. Oh my gosh, the coins just came out. And some kind of announcement here about money. So you're going to be playing a different role. Somebody may be after your money. They could be trying to take your money or something. But I just feel like you need to be on guard. Around whatever the fruits of your labor are. Okay, but I think that you're going to receive some kind of like new role or new position, something like that. Oh boy. Dog barking, advice from a friend. Temporary problem. Okay, plenty of material things. Okay, so Spirit is saying you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. This strongly feels like in terms of career or some kind of role that you're playing. There may be a temporary problem here with money, but Spirit's saying you're on the right path. Keep going. There's going to be plenty of material things. You have to beware of greed. So somebody could be trying to come in here and say that there's not enough money, and that you need to be in panic mode and therefore give me your money in order, something like that. But it's saying beware of greed. And I just feel like I'm hearing don't cast your pearls before swine. So somebody may be trying to like trick you into feeling bad about yourself, or worse, about the position that you're in than you actually are. But you're in a fine position. This is a temporary problem. You have an increase in material wealth and or spiritual growth if you pay attention to your work. Okay, so now we've got fair man. Dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Solid foundation, success with effort. The most difficult part of a situation is over. I feel like when you are dealing with a fair man here, this might be a sign. Like whenever this, I don't know, I feel like this will stand out to you, whoever this fair man is. They're actually genuinely fair. And I think this person has some kind of like a solid foundation, and that rainbow energy. The most difficult part is a situation is over. This person may be LGBT, like whoever this is, and they've built something here as well. Great good fortune. Affairs with your family, and what are those affairs? Happiness. Yeah. You'll realize that you had great worry over nothing, and that you have some kind of guaranteed success in something. You may even take a vacation. And this is a positive. This is good karma. That you have some really, really good karma coming in here. This feels like, as long as you have like your shield up here and don't panic, like that's what I'm getting. Don't panic. This is like a chain of events that is going to affect your life, but this feels like in a very positive way. Regarding like family, like take care. Yeah. And whoever it is that is like trying to cause you issue, they need to control their anger. I think the opposite's happening for them. There's some kind of karma that's coming in. It's negative energy towards their family. It's creating potentially a negative chain of events that's going to affect their life in a chair empty. Somebody is leaving your life. Somebody's going to leave this person's life, somebody important, in July. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worries that somebody is against you. This is a return, a karmic return to somebody here. They're going to watch you triumph over your obstacles here. And they could have been trying to cause some type of a death for you. They've been trying to block you from the rewards of your own merit. They could have been trying to block you from seeing your own worth. They could have been like a dog barking. I'm hearing just loud, and maybe they were trying to give you advice. This person could be a friend that's trying to give you bad advice, but you actually need to protect yourself from this person because they have a low energy. And this person is like, I'm hearing a junkyard dog. This person is a junkyard dog. They might even be trying to say that you should be playing a different role to you or to somebody else. I'm also seeing in Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, I think it was the second one, Carmen, when she goes off to that theater retreat with her friend Julia. Her friend Julia is like a thespian. Her mom was in the theater and everything. She's very well entrenched in that. And then Carmen, little Carmen, untrained, just ends up being naturally good at theater. I feel like this is you in something. You're tapping into some kind of natural propensity. So maybe you're not classically trained in something, or I don't know. This person, they're trying to maybe knock your confidence or tell you that you should be a different role. So in the movie, Julia is going behind her back, trying to knock her confidence in any way. But Carmen ends up learning that nobody can diminish you but yourself. And you taught me that. But Julia is jealous of her every step of the way. So this person may be just trying to get in your head or trying to get in your basket. And this is their own karma. I'm hearing you reap what you sow. They may have to move, and I don't think it'll be fun. You might receive a gift. Yeah, there could have been a misunderstanding here around criticism. So you might actually, it said you should accept valid criticism. I think some of you may receive an apology from this person because they were acting like they were giving you valid criticism, but this person was like just a junkyard dog and they were just like barking, and they could have projected that energy outwards onto you. But this person also revels in thinking they got away with something. I'm hearing duper's delight. This person, they're not going to be reveling. July is like a big energy. Okay, so I have another reading coming out that I've already filmed, and this kind of goes along with what I was getting in one of those piles. This person, whoever it is, because I was getting that something was happening around the beginning of August. It was like August 6th, I want to say. It was like the beginning of August. So until July. This person has from now until then to start cleaning up their act. They need to play a different role. They need to start recognizing people and giving people reward for their merit and not giving people a hard time. They need to stop being a hidden enemy. They actually need to become the shield. This is also reminding me of like Pemis and Baba, how he switches people like the demons. They become protectors of the Dharma. There's somebody here that's been giving somebody a hard time. They have until July, and not even July. It's like they have till really the end of June. And then they've really solidified their faith here. I'm hearing we're being more than fair with you. Like, this is a person who I think maybe likes to say, well, it's not fair. Like, nobody, they're always complaining. This is just, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. This person has a syndrome around that, where they think just because they're loud or just because they speak up or just because they had a feeling or an emotion that everybody needs to know about it and that something should be done about it. And so they have a bit of like, it's coming off selfish. It's coming off self-absorbed. It's coming off full of themselves. That's why this person gives terrible advice, is because it's only coming from their perspective. This person cannot factor in like friends, what you might need, what anybody else might need. They just can't do it, but they think they can. And they really don't care to fact check themselves or anything like that. They just want to be that junkyard dog. They just want to, I have a voice and I'm going to use it. And it's like, well, should you use it? And they're like, I don't really get that far. I don't have a filter is what I'm hearing. I don't have a filter. In my own psychology, I just think if I have a thought or an emotion, it's gold. And this person thinks they lay golden eggs, basically, but just a goose egg. Spirit's going to give them a goose egg, tap on the head. They're going to, I listened to Randy Rainbow. Funny enough, that is a fair rainbow man. But one of his parody songs is like, you can smack him with the magazine and buy him a new toupee, but you can't stop his tweets when you're gonna find media and maybe cut stop on social media. So it's like this person might tweet or they might just never shut up on social media. You can spank him with the magazine and buy him a new toupee. But you can't stop his tweets. Spirit's going to stop their tweets. This person will not have fun things. They're going to have, something's going to happen. Something bad. They might lose somebody that they thought they would never lose. They might lose a position they thought they would never lose. Some kind of cred. I think it has to do with, they might lose a family, or they might lose the support of their family or the standing or somebody that they've been mooching off of. And that if they lose that person, all of a sudden they have a bunch of turmoil in their life. Like they have to figure out how to get a job. They have to figure out where to move. This is going to be all encompassing. There's no way out of it. It's going to be all encompassing because this person, I'm hearing fetch, and they're just like throwing the ball, like just to get this person like away. But what they have to fetch is going to be survival mode. But it doesn't have to be that way. They're being more than fair with this person, much more fair than this person's ever been to you or anyone else that they've dealt with. This person is greedy. I think they think you have money, or they think that somehow barking at you is going to get them money. This person's delusional. I think what they don't understand is like it's setting off some kind of an alarm bell in someone's mind. And I think this person could be an authority figure or a member of their family. And this person actually has a lot of respect for you, actually. And they think that you deserve some kind of reward or recognition. This could be a boss. So just know that don't get greedy. I'm hearing don't get greedy with it. And I'm hearing that song by Tate McRae. Don't fight with this person. Don't try to take any more credit or any more money or any more authority than you deserve. Just stick close by the truth, and pay attention to your work. And it's going to lead to happiness. And I think some of you are going to actually be taking a vacation, maybe in July. Protection. Okay, so obstacles to overcome. I think you're going to realize that certain obstacles that you've had to overcome in your life, what it's done is it's put obstacles behind you. Okay, so these people, if they want to get to you, they have a lot of obstacles to overcome. And it could be distance, like in the material, but I think this is more energetic. Like if somebody wants to even follow you or get your number or get your card or even be able to in any way make an impact on you in the physical, what they have to do is they have to traverse certain obstacles, even energetically. And the trick is that once they do that, they're going to be different on the other side. They're not even going to want to go after you because they're going to have wised up. They're going to have matured. This is protection from the negative forces beyond your control. So for a lot of you, you need to understand that the obstacles that you've had to overcome in your space is actually putting obstacles behind you. Look, bear, danger, especially in money matters. There was some kind of danger that you couldn't even pinpoint that was hunting you. It feels almost like it was hunting you in the past. And it might have been, I'm hearing mother bear energy, mama bear. It could have been acting like protective or something like that of your happiness. But it wasn't. Use your intuition. Your intuition, this person was acting one way. And this, again, it has you get your intuition online. For some of you, the obstacles that you had to overcome was you getting your intuition online. And, that's what I'm getting is like you had to trip over certain obstacles that it's like you couldn't necessarily see in the physical realm. It sharpened your intuition to a degree that you can actually see through this person. This person's never met a single person like you. They don't understand why their games or their tricks or their tomfoolery doesn't work on you. And it's because you've overcome like so many obstacles that this person can't see. And it feels in the energetic realm, in the spiritual realm. It also feels like you've developed this relationship with yourself where you actually energetically, you know what it looks like when someone's lying or something like that. You feel it. But it's more than just that. Like you have actual tangible experience of being right about it. You're the type of person here where you actually have more regrets of not trusting your intuition than like believing somebody. When you look back in your life and you regret things, you regret not trusting your intuition because it's your intuition that has always been right and it has always prevailed. And this person cannot account for that. How many times you've been right. So even when you got put in bad situations because you try to give people the benefit of the doubt, Spirit's saying that was learning valuable lessons. It was actually putting these like obstacles behind you. So it's protecting you. There's certain people like their bark is worse than their bite. Like I think their bite can be pretty bad. Like if you're around them at all, or if you at all vibrate on their level, you just don't. You're so far out of this person's reach. They can't understand that. Also, this is a person who's not, they're not giving you the credit that you deserve. I'm hearing you are actually really great. You're really wonderful. If this is a work connection, you're really good at your job. Like you bring a whole other dimension or depth or element in, and this person is steady ignoring that. They're trying to compete with you or something, but it's like you look at you on a two-dimensional level. They're not giving you the credit that you deserve. And so this person kind of, again, they don't have your number. They don't have your card. They don't have your energy. They don't understand you at all. And so when this person, they don't understand that it's like their advice falls flat because I think this person maybe thinks that you should take their advice because this person is egotistical. It's not because they have training. It's not because they have a high perspective. It's not because they've built themselves up in any way. This person just thinks that you should listen to them because their ego says that they think that you should listen to them because their ego thinks it's king of the world. I just heard king baby or queen baby. This person has that syndrome kind of like going on and you can see it. And this person really doesn't understand that. That you're seeing dimensions in them that they can't account for. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Your intuition is going to tell you that about somebody. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. This person is supposed to beware of self-delusion because they're deluding themselves about you and about the whole situation. If this person goes to your boss or somebody and they try to tell on you or they try, it's so transparent. Okay. And some of you, this is a healing journey, much like we were talking about in pile number 2 with the romance. If some of you have been like wrongfully terminated or bullied in the workplace or something, this may be a situation where everything happens pretty much the same way, but this person can see through that crap. They can see through that bullshit. and they're not going to let this person get away with it. I think this person doesn't quite realize how much they're telling on themselves, that they're coming after you. Because I think this person lacks a level of dimensionality that like you and your coworkers somehow share. Like you're very intelligent, you're very wise, and this person isn't. But they want to act like they're on the level, but everybody else knows that they're not on the level. So when this person is like, I think that I should have an equal seat at the table and that I have an equal voice, and they're like, but what have you done to make your voice equal? How have you educated yourself? How have you checked your position? And they're like, I didn't do any of that, but I have a voice and you have a voice, and so we're still on the same level. This person doesn't get it. They don't understand how much they're telling on themselves, and I think that is going to be really rewarding for you here as well. There's a lot of justice energy that is coming through for you in 2024. I'm hearing this is like, they're showing me a slide. It's coming like all the way to the end of 2024. This is just woo! Like I'm seeing like you're catching some momentum here, finally. And it feels to me like a water slide that you like make in your friend's backyard that has that nice hill, you know, that you sled down in the wintertime, but then you put that like tarp on it and you cover it in some kind of slippery material and you just go like, wee! Like that's you. It just whoosh! Like, and you're having a good time. I feel like 2024 is going to be a great year for you, to be honest. I think it's going to pick up momentum too. It might start off a little rocky because you're like, oh, like we're repeating these same cycles. You're not. You have different people. You've elevated. You have different people around and they can see things differently. And these are people who are going to have your back, and it's going to be very healing because I just think you were around low people before that there's like a lack of depth or like dimensionality that was in your past before. This is great. This is great. I think that you're going to have an apology. I think you're going to get some apologies. I don't know if it's actually going to come through or if you're just going to kind of feel it energetically. But there's regret. Like this person, if they were just this junkyard dog, they're going to have like regret. They're going to have to face themselves. I just heard demoted or demerit. Like this person, they've knocked their character in some way by going after you in a way that's tangible, in a way that is like, no, we're adding this to your file. It's kind of giving you're not wanted here, really. Like even if this person doesn't get fired, it's like you're not going to be promoted. We just don't find your approach valuable. You are clearly not diplomatic, something like that, or they could get fired. You have got really good energy, and it's like going to just build up in 2024. And I just feel like I'm almost picturing like New Year's Eve for you might be a blast this year, to be honest. Yeah. Witch claws. Oh my gosh. There's a whole group of people that went after me. Yeah, I just think you're getting your justice. I also, I did a channeled message where it's like the truth is coming out about you. I think it's steady coming out about you in 2024. It's not like there's just a single moment. It's like, all of a sudden, and you know what? People potentially from your past are going to be clicking things in about how people lied because of potentially, I think it's like the way that these new people are treating you, the way that they treat their, I just heard a fair trial, the way that they treat the system by like when somebody complains about you and somebody is like, well, let's do an investigation. Let's look into that. And the people in the past go, oh, an investigation. Oh, I should have asked them about it before I just made my decision and fired them. Oh, I feel like it's wild to think that there are people in management positions that are like that. I feel like somebody just believed someone. And it was like just because of something very superficial about it. I'm hearing the customer's always right. Or, because I think, or like, again, if you were a manager and there were people that were subordinate, it's like, usually you do have a problem where a manager is kind of like overstepping like their authority or their power. And so they just believed it instead of like actually looking into it. And they're going to go, oh, this is what it looks like to be fair and to have an honest discussion. I think this, like, you might not have even been told that certain people had a problem with you or that they were making certain like accusations before it all just kind of like culminated. And somebody like just, I'm hearing the red letter, the scarlet letter. You just got like branded in a way. I don't know if this is socially, this feels like gossip. This feels like defamation. This feels intentional. Yeah, this is a smear campaign. This was very intentional. It was meant to wound. Violence. I just heard the word violence. It was a violence. And for those of you who are women, it was blatant misogyny. And for some of them, it was women that they went to. And those women indulged that misogyny. And they may have had to experience certain misogynistic. Yeah, I'm hearing, I think that's going to click in for them in a big way. Oh, that was a misogynist. And I just let them be a misogynist. And I played into that as well. I think that's going to click in like, oh my gosh. And for some of them, you don't even know this, but you started some kind of like chain reaction in whatever company that is where it's like I think somebody is going to say, we have a misogyny problem here. Actually, we have a misogyny problem. Or it could be misandry, like just take this however it is. Like we have some type of like ism problem. Could be racism. I'm strongly feeling misogyny though. And if you are a man, then again, I think you had those more feminine traits, those Venusian traits of being very diplomatic and being very fair, and you want to hear everybody out. And so you were trying to work it out. And then I think this person was actually somehow using that against you. Because you know, when you involve with a narcissist, you're not supposed to, because they just turn everything against you. They really do. And I think you would be shocked to know like how low some of these people went. Like whatever you know, I think you would be shocked to hear like some of the depraved or like low things that these people were insinuating or saying. I'm hearing unsubstantiated. Something here was unsubstantiated and it was just believed. And these people are liars and they're misogynists. That's like so specific, but that's what I'm hearing. They're liars, they're misogynists. It was plain to see. And all they had to do was an investigation. They needed to not just accept one person's side of it. They needed to hear both sides of it. They needed to have some kind of fair hearing. And they couldn't do that. And so they made the wrong decision or they sided with the wrong person and it's imbalance. This is a Libran karmic issue and they do owe you some kind of karmic pay. But they need to fix it in that environment and it's going to bother them until they fix it. Yeah. Gone through narcissistic relationships. I don't remember. I think I watched it late because life been crazy. I miss y'all though. Nice. Gotta head out. Bye, Catherine. Thank you for showing up. Love and thanks to Jess and Alex. My son came over. Have a blissful week and supernatural help and guidance. Aw, nice. Prayers for anyone who's gone through narcissistic relationships. Absolutely. 1,000% that happened. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Because I just feel like everybody says that we don't need to continue having these conversations about all these ways that people just shut down. Like they need to be this is what I'm saying. This is what I was trying to say at the beginning of this. I don't feel bad for calling out somebody in pile number 1 and just like in that last reading and just being like, you know, consider that your manipulation does not come from an innocent place. So like, again, apply that person to this situation where it's like, maybe they just wanted your job. They thought that they could be better at your job. Okay, well, that person has a problematic attitude from the beginning. Because they don't feel like they need to earn it. They just appointed themselves, again, king baby or queen baby. And so they manipulate in order to get you out. And that person has themselves convinced that their manipulation has come from an innocent place. Somebody should tell that person that they need to reflect, right? It's like we need to have these kinds of conversations. And I feel like that's what somebody should have said to somebody. You know? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lips on point though. Okay. I think that, oh, somebody asked what my sign is. I am a Gemini sun in Western. I'm a Taurus sun in Vedic. I am a Pisces moon in Vedic and I'm an Aries moon in Western. These readings show how much more healing there is to be done in the world. It starts with us. That's why we're here for Chipotle Fridays and Chaos Coven Saturdays. We have a Chaos Coven Saturday, and tomorrow our Patreon live stream is what should you focus/work on. So, oh my gosh, ew. Yeah, I am Uttara Bhadrapada. I'm not gonna get like so into all this stuff. Why do you guys want to know? Okay, hold on. I have some aromatherapy knowledge. What flavor does Jess conjure for you? Do you recommend any books for Vedic astrology? I do. My biggest thing is, the thing that I would recommend most is to fall in love with Vedic astrology, to fall in love with the things that you like and to let that be your path. Not necessarily to try to like replicate mine, but I will say anything, especially if you're a beginner, anything by Camilla Sutton is great. It's easy to understand and it's just a good starting point. Yeah. Sorry, my fingers are frozen. Use fun. All right. So I'm not going to answer anymore. I'm leaving just enough because there's some witch hunters about here. I don't know if it's you, but I'm just saying somebody has been. I just think that we should be a little more careful about the things that we're sharing right now at this current time specifically. It's no offense to you. It's just protection for me. Okay. Cool. I thought roses and chocolate as a very first thought. All right. She is on YouTube. I don't think she has a very big YouTube channel. She is a very well-known Vedic astrology teacher. She does Vedic astrology certifications. She's very well thought of in the Vedic astrology community. She does Vedic astrology predictions on YouTube. I highly recommend her channel, even though it can be a little bit more dense than I think what people like Westerners are typically used to. But if you can go to somebody who really has been steeped in Vedic astrology for a while, because this is why a lot of people ask me to talk about Vedic astrology, and I have so much respect for it. I don't really, I know, like sometimes they say like the best teacher is just like a step ahead of you, but you have to understand I'm Western, and I just don't think that I'm the best person to learn it from, honestly. I have enough respect for the art of it to really, I'm feeling like goosebumps. I think that was appreciated. I just have enough respect for it. And the other person that I'd recommend on YouTube is Victoria. Nobody's better than him. His books aren't as great, but his YouTube channel is phenomenal, and his knowledge is phenomenal. And both of those people speak Sanskrit, and they are well versed in like the Vedas, which Vedic astrology is like intimately tied with. So, yeah, witch hunters indeed. Freedom Cole. Yeah, Freedom Cole is another Vedic astrology teacher. I have many astrologer friends who have studied with him, and he learned from someone from India. Yeah. Victoria, it's V-I-C, and then Dikaria is capital D-I, capital C-A-R-I-A, I believe. And Camilla Sutton is K-O-M-I-L-L-A, and then Sutton is capital S-U-T-T-O-N. Yeah. And Claire Nakti, of course, GOAT. Claire Nakti makes some great videos on Vedic astrology. She does, and she is such a feminine approach, and I just love her. I will never not love her for this. Have you been on her Instagram? She is so beautiful, and she's got like booty cheeks out like on her Instagram, and she's smart as a tack, and I just love that. I love that about her because it just shows that you can look like that, and you can have it going on, and you can also be really, really smart. And people give her a hard time, by the way, because they're like, I don't think she really tells the truth. And I'm like, I know enough Vedic astrology to know that she is talking truth. Like, she absolutely is. And she just does a really good job. She uses like movies and art and things like as an example. And she's got a Patreon too. She is such a baddie. She really is. Light bulb moment. The world doesn't value justice. It pushes the scales to spirit to bring justice in. I agree. Okay. So, Jess, I hope witch hunter to you. I don't think I am. I don't know who's doing it. I just know that there's been some weird activities going on. I don't know where it's coming from. I just, that person, I think, changes their profiles too. Because I've had suspicions, and I've clicked on it, and it's like they've created that account like literally the moment before. Like, you know, I don't mean anybody specifically. I'm just saying like there's been just some weird stuff going on. Not with me, but just like in the community. People have had like really weird experiences. FBI. Oh, the song was the Taylor Swift one. It was on her new album. What's it called, guys? People, I think somebody will know it. Someone told us white collar crimes. Vigilante shit. Vigilante shit. Yeah. Okay. I don't like. I'm not attaching it to a person. I'm just saying like some people that I follow have had really weird experiences, and I think that we should be a little bit more protective right now of ourselves. But okay. You're welcome. Thank you guys for showing up on Chipotle Friday and having a witchy moment and spending some time and asking some questions and being part of a cool community and for incarnating during this time as well. All right. Loved this. Gonna go eat. My stomach's been growling. Thanks for showing up. I'm gonna get on out. Bye, guys. Oh, it's a group.